Who would like to remember a highlight from last session?
I mean, the fact that the guy locked his own family out of the ship,
Yeah.
well, locked him into the ship is wow. And the worst part is it's believable.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like terrible. It should never happen, but I could believe that would happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scary.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm pleased with the sheer amount of salvaging we managed to get done last time. Like, not only do we find not only are we well on the way to having enough stuff to fix our gun, we also found a bunch of general scrap that we can sell for a bunch of money, which is what we need.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm pleased that how lucrative it's been so far. I mean, completely putting aside whatever the hell we might find in this ship here, I'm already pleased with the haul that we've gotten. And it's not like we're finished either yet. I mean, assuming we don't get killed by space zombies.
Well, indeed.
I'll give my highlight. It was in some of the feedback that was given. What you said last review session, Jackal, really gelled when I was going through this last night. Skipping around and just basically listening. I started to just listen to the end again the night before just to refresh what the basic plans were. And it gelled to me that it wasn't necessarily about showing you trinkets and stuff of the life of the ships that you were on. It's the fact that when I had you salvaging, it was just okay. Here are these numbers, and didn't really present in narrative context what was going on. And I don't think I quite caught the nuance of that when you were saying it, but it hit me again when I was watching through it. And so that was a good point to raise. I realized that I was just focusing too much on the mechanics and the numbers. And my excuse for that is it was new. But it was a good note. That's my highlight.
I am glad that it was helpful. Because when I first said it, I was like, I don't feel like I said anything that was helpful.
No, it absolutely was. It was a part of a piece that I didn't fully grok at that time, but clicked into place later on. And I don't think it would have clicked quite as firmly if that piece wasn't there already.
Okay, cool. I will make sure I continue to give you feedback as I see it.
Yeah. Feedback is always appreciated. Anything that feels good or feels like it was a little bit off, let me know so that I can percolate on it and grok it. I like to grok.
And percolate, apparently.
And percolate. I like simmering too. I think that just about hits the last session. You guys did some salvage. You picked up, at least I believe it was, picked up a very faint signal coming from what could only be a field radio, and was able to was able to just like separate it from the other metaspace and space noise, mostly metaspace noise, enough to realize that it is a deliberate signal. The ship, the crew, with some effort from many people involved, were able to track that down over the next week of salvage, and a little bit of a weak diversion to focus where it's coming from, and followed it to the same location that was encoded into the Artemis Black Network news weird bit. At that location, you found a ship that had sent a distress signal with a family inside, and they had been trapped there, as said, by security lockouts by the dad, who died while exploring the ship that it was docked to, a more than 1 kilometer long Titan class ship. the dad's vac suit cam or vac cam showed him opening up some stasis tubes. And I should clarify the narrative on this. These stasis tubes aren't just standing upright and, facing outward so you can see in. They are stacked like coffins, or what are those little hotels where you get into basically a coffin and then get pushed into. Anyways, they're stacked like that, laying flat on their backs. He had to pull it out of the wall and reorient it so that it's standing upright so that he could pry open the case. He did that with several of them, and one of them contained a more living looking thing, at least more animated, which ignored him, went and got a gun, came back and shot him in the back. And that's where we leave you. Docked with the Summit Griffin, which is docked with the Titan class ship. The Summit Griffin has been provided with food, and you didn't say it, but I'm guessing also have you refreshed their life support for them? It would drain yours.
I think we'd probably make sure that they have enough that they're not in imminent danger of stuff of like suffocating.
Okay.
I don't know if we'd fully replenish it, but
they have a little bit over a week, but that's definitely enough time for them to get over to the fueling station, which is supposed to be able to supply them. It's not supposed to feed them, but it should at least be able to supply them.
Yeah.
If you, which does bring up the realization, I hope, that if you had not found the signal and gotten here, you would not be interacting with them.
So if we'd done that week of salvage that we were thinking about,
there were a series of points where you could have either said, "Nah, I don't care about this signal; it's too weak," or just not rolled well enough. Like Elise found it because Das was off investigating orbital mechanics. John was able to point you in the right direction, just by basic. No, not by virtue of a successful skill check, but by virtue of being an experienced starship captain and, when necessary, pilot. And you guys also made the decision to go towards the signal as you were salvaging. So yeah, there were a lot of things that
could have gone wrong.
Yes. Now they did ration their food, but that's not going to help with when the air starts getting toxic because it can't be filtered anymore.
Yeah.
But that's where they're at. They are grateful for your assistance, and I realize that I went past any interactions that you guys could have with them last week. I did want to reach the point of seeing the space zombies. We can have any retroactive interactions with them that you'd like, or if you want to get straight to space zombies, they would like to get straight out of here.
And the space zombies get like straight to us.
And then the space zombies can be linked straight to you. That's not threatening at all.
Of course
Not in the least.
There is one thing, though.
Go on.
Well, Poseidon, Sage's husband, would like his body.
Yeah.
And he approaches you privately to ask this. Asks if you could if you could get it, he asks that you would be discreet about it, and says he doesn't have much, but he can pay you 200 credits for it.
Hmm.
I mean, that's not really significant in the scheme of things, but you know,
It's not.
I think
Yeah.
somebody. I mean, we're gonna be on the ship. We're gonna be exploring the ship anyways, right?
Yeah, I figure if we're going in
Yes.
there, if we
Yeah, if we happen to find
if we
it,
in the
then...
area with it, we might as well bring it back.
Mhm.
So
Like,
yeah,
it'll be on our
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
yeah,
like it's a body, so we're not gonna put our own lives at risk to go out of our way to get the body. But at the same time, if we find the body, we're not just gonna leave it lying there.
But we
Yeah.
will put our lives at risk to salvage this ship.
Well, yeah, that's different. That's actually got benefit to us beyond 200 credits.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure I got that
Oh.
quite all lines up, but sure.
Also, it is potentially preemptively saving all our lives if we end up finding stuff from this that lets us create tech that we can then use to save all of our lives later on, or to fix tech.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, can't do that with a
This is
corpse.
true. Yeah. Let's see what we run into in there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll assure him that if we find the body, then we'll bring it back, but
Yeah.
no promises.
If it's practical to get it out, we will.
Okay. That's the best he can ask for. He thanks you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And well, what do you want to do about the docking situation? Do you want to go through their ship to get to the other ship, or do you want to have them pull away and well, arrange a meetup somewhere because they're not staying by this thing if they're undocked.
Hmm.
Also, if they're undocked, it does mean that you have to spend some time here before you go on that ship so that you can try and unlock theirs.
Yeah, I think since still a little bit sort of shook and a little bit traumatized. Of course, anyone else can feel free to correct me or stop me at any point. But I think we should like they've been cooped up here with just themselves and in a survival panic for a while. So I think maybe one or two members of our crew who aren't going into this big ship could just mingle with them and give them some normal human interaction for a bit, I guess. And also, it means we don't need to fuck about with undocking the ships.
Hmm.
Of course, if they're really eager to get going, then. Well, actually, no. I was going to say if they're really eager to get going, then we won't. Then we can't really stop them. But at the same time, if they're really eager to get going, then they're heading straight for the Union thing that we're trying to avoid, and that's probably where they would suggest as a rendezvous. And yeah, I would rather not. So unless anyone has any better ideas, I say stay docked, and one or two members of our crew can go and just talk to them like people, since they didn't want to go on our ship. They said that last time. Any thoughts?
I think it's a good plan. I can go over and entertain them.
Oh, you're not coming on the big ship with us?
Didn't you just say we need 1 or 2 people to talk to them?
True, but I mean, while those of us who were going on the big ship were on the big ship,
Okay, I lost you.
we could send, for example, Notario and or okay, maybe not Libra, but Koana maybe, just to chat with them and keep the
Yeah.
spirits up.
Someone that won't be as useful in the exploration.
Yeah.
I see.
Or if any of us who are looking to explore on, like, if any of the party members don't want to go on the exploration, then they could stay as well. If that makes sense.
I hadn't considered that. Koan, if it go, that's a decent idea.
Don't forget, you still have Dima, who is also good with customer service type stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking
Another
of
good
doing
option,
His
yeah.
job.
Two of them.
I was just thinking that Koana's very happy-go-lucky, but yeah, Dima's a good shout as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just both. Well, not both.
Yeah, both, yeah.
Both is good.
Yeah. There's adults and kids on that ship, so.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, sure. It can be.
There's adults and kids, so let's send an adult and a kid.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that raises a point, actually. Percy would probably ask, like, he'd be like, okay, obviously, I'm going on the, like, if we're going to explore the big ship, it's a hostile environment. We've already seen that they've got guns, which means that I'm pretty much assuring to go exploring there. Libra, and I'll just turn to Libra there. I would appreciate you coming along as well as security officer. Are any of the rest of you wanting to come, or?
I mean, want's a strong word, but I feel like it'll be needed.
Yeah. Likewise.
Probably for the best if
If there's anything running in there.
Or any techie stuff that needs dealing with. Yeah, I'd be. Well, useless is a strong word, but.
But it is a word.
It is a word. It is a word. Yeah. Perhaps the best way to put it is occupied with defense.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Yeah, occupied with defense. If you guys come along, I'll keep you safe.
Are the boxes there for us to place ourselves?
They are. I still haven't made a token for Dima because I still don't know if you guys are going to keep him around after he has gotten legs.
Yeah, we need to see how we feel about him with legs. We just haven't gotten to know him with legs yet.
I mean, I think it depends. I think it depends on whether he wants to stay around after he has legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't make that decision until I see how, until I see how he sees you guys acting and interacting. So he's still quantum.
Yep. Quantum crew member.
Schrodinger's legs.
You should just make it. You should just make a token and write Dima in text in it.
Yeah, just a circle with Dima written in it.
I can do that. My templates. Whoops. I put Elise in the Summers Griffin box? And I see
We have two Elises.
you have two Elises. Oh no, the mystery defense
might have split.
It's like Elise goes to the Summers Griffin, but also there's Elise with us on the ship. It's like, wait,
both sides.
what?
No.
What happened there?
Oh no, they have clone doppelganger zombies. Mod people.
Guys,
There's mod people.
It makes perfect sense. One is Elise, the other is Sarah.
Yeah, we finally found Sarah.
Yeah.
We always knew that Sarah / Elise was living a double life. We just didn't know how literal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the psychic powers return to teleportation. She keeps popping back and forth between the two locations, so it's as if she's in both of them. Dex, is Libra willing to come along to the Titanship?
Oh yeah.
I would feel much better with Libra with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too, believe me.
There you go. There's a Dima.
Hmm.
There we go, and put him over here on the crew. He is a. Oh, I put him as a tech thing. Oh well, I'll fix that later. But he will, if anything, he will be a specialist NPC class similar to Koana.
Mm-hmm.
Just different focus. All right.
Yeah.
And so we'll move him over to the Summit Griffin as well. You've got Libra on the Titan ship with you, and Nox. Where is John going? Or is he staying on the Raza?
I was muted.
Oh.
John will be heading with them.
Okay. Good. Good. I do like splitting the party, but not when there are space zombies. I want everyone to enjoy the
Can't be
space
too
zombies.
careful with space zombies.
Yes, you want everyone to be
Yes, enjoy.
exposed to the space zombies so that we can have a TPK.
I was going to say, you want to get us
Sure.
all in one fell swoop.
Yep. You got me. It's a simple matter of explosive ship. Boom. You guys walked into it. Not my fault.
Yeah. We should have scanned and noticed that the entire ship is made of explodium.
No, hold on. If anyone would have
if only
identified
we'd
it as
done an active
explodium, it would have been
scan.
Douglas.
That's true.
Come on, surely Douglas recognizes explodium at a glance.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, but it's like steel plated explodium.
Right, they
we can
painted
take
it.
Libra along?
Oh, was that Nox?
Yeah.
Is there any way that we could take Libra along?
Yeah, she's going with you.
Solid.
And
You
with
say,
that,
sorry, go on.
who wants to control Libra? I'm going to reiterate, I don't control the NPCs that you take with you. I want one of you guys to do that. So
It's a matter of principle. Or something.
yeah.
Or something.
It's mostly mental cycles savings.
If I can figure out how to do it, I will try.
All right. And for our new players to my setting, to my campaigns, what I do when a controlling player has been decided is try and find a color that matches. You guys are the worst. All of your colors are the same. Okay,
What?
it's actually just Nox and Viral.
What?
What?
Oh, the purple. You mean?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm limited
You're all
to a fairly limited slate. Those are the two that I can get that are closest to pink, and so what I'm going to do is just
It's more of a
well-
lavender, really. You're talking about the roll 20 color, right?
Nox.
Oh, right.
Which
Hold
of
up,
those?
hold up. There we
Oh.
go.
There we go.
Problem solved.
There we go.
Twice.
Problem solved. Yeah,
I didn't
but
realize
everyone's
that was what
changing.
the problem was.
What? I'm so
Uh,
confused.
So
The-
the,
So,
the
Um,
so you roll
roll
20,
20 color at the
20
bottom.
you have a player color, essentially. So it's like the color of your pings and your drawing, the default color that
Oh,
you
Yeah.
I
show
see.
as.
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. And
Yeah,
you can change
and
that.
I set mine basically immediately because I wanted to claim orange.
All right. Nox.
Now gray.
Great.
Do I
There's
need
no
change
gray. Do you wanna
mine?
go back to
'Cause
lavender?
It looks like Nox and I have
I
the
can
same
change
color.
back to left.
Oh, yeah. If you could go back to lavender, that's also a consideration there. For the colorblind.
What?
Okay. So yeah, you'll
Who,
see.
who are you asking to go back to Lavender?
Nox.
Nox.
You're fine, Viral.
Okay,
Are all
just
the
to
player
check.
colors different down there, Jackal?
No.
Oh.
Which are the same?
Oh, probably the red and the
Well,
green.
Dex, Nox, and myself all have the same color.
Oh no.
Nox and you. Oh no. Yeah, because not. Yeah.
Okay,
Dex and
but
Jackal are quite close together, really.
They are very
are
similar,
these two
yeah.
colors on Libra the same for you?
No.
Okay.
Dex's color shouldn't matter.
Yeah, my color doesn't matter, and the only color that really matters is that you know, Jackal, that you're blue, and that Nox is that pinker color. The
Okay.
blue is the one on the right, the pink is the one on the left, in case.
Gotcha.
All right.
I can remember that one.
This is very confusing.
Yeah, I made it more confusing than it needed to be, I think. Definitely more
Yeah.
explanation than necessary. Sorry about that. But it's all set. You can see that Libra is being controlled by Nox. And with that, Das is going to have to hack the airlock into the Titan class ship so that you can access it.
Yep.
Before we go, Percy is just gonna like ask to see. Well, yeah, he's get a canvas for opinions. Basically, he's wondering, do you think it's worthwhile bringing the thunder gun in case we need to blast through anything?
Yes.
Okay. In that,
Yes. Agreed.
in that case, even if we do find somewhere that's like pressurized, make sure you keep your vac suits on because that may not remain the case.
Yes.
Well, I think that's a given when they're exploring a ship, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had
You
no
might
intention
open
of
it. You might
ever
open a
doing it
door
anyway.
and then it's not pressurized on the other side.
Because I mean, like,
Yeah,
even if you find pressurization, it's like, oh, look, check this lovely air in here, and it's like there's some undetectable toxin in it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was more player warning than a character warning. Better safe than sorry, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Before we actually head in as well, what do we have in the way of medical stuff?
That's a good question.
Probably nothing.
Given that Das is probably the one that's going to end up rolling things, given I'm at like a +3 in heal at this point.
What's your actual heal skill though?
+1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it still makes sense.
So
Yeah. That's
what have we got? What can we bring?
So,
'Cause,
interestingly,
yeah.
Lazarus patches are not in the pharmaceutical sections. They're in more of a general gear section, and for that reason, I consider them stocked in ship's locker. The pharmaceuticals you'll have to buy or make. But Laz patches are enough basic gear for a ship that they're in the ship locker. They're actually in your med bay, but you know they're there in as much supply as you need because you have the ship locker.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, for the sake of safety, I reckon we carry 2 last patches each. At least.
At least. Yeah. How big are they?
They are 1 encumbrance, unless and you can bundle them up to 3. But
Okay.
I would stick with Viral's limit there of 2 each, just for the sake of not abusing ship locker.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
move those around to other characters if you want. If you want one to have 3 and another to have 1, that's fine. But let's still stick with 5 characters, so 10 last patches on an outing.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Any other equipment or character sheet management needs to be done before you
You said so, like force grenades, no good, right? So I'll just need to use my frag grenades.
yeah, anything that needs pressure waves. What other kind of grenades did you have?
I pretty much, my idea was like a concussion grenade.
Oh, yeah.
As an ollie, which is fine. I'll just use the shrapnel, the frag.
Yeah. Mechanically, it ends up the same anyways.
By the way, I've got, if y'all check the Raza inventory sheet, I've got 13 frag grenades and 12 concussion grenades, and then also 4 demo charges. But that's not counting the couple that I have in my own inventory.
Are those all
if
Douglas
anyone wants to
specials?
carry some. Yes. I have labeled them as such because we have access to regular ones in the armory, right?
You do, yeah.
Nice.
That's
So those,
Douglas'
and
done
as a
some work.
reminder, they do an extra. They do an extra die of damage and also reduce the enemy save.
Mm-hmm.
So they are significantly better than regular explosives. So if anyone wants them, they're there.
Well,
So I'm just gonna say it.
honestly, I'm real glad to see that ability, that special focus being used, because when Douglas was played in Cycle 1, the focus was not as neatly written. It was coming more from a crunchy mindset than I have now. All right. Last chance to adjust character sheets. Not really last chance, but I would like character sheets
Yeah.
set and update here.
Medkit. We got that in the ship locker.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Oh.
Gonna do a test right here. Well, glad I got that out of the way.
Yeah. Just get the nat ones out.
Yeah.
I thought Doug had more
I do have
than.
+2. I have +2 exert.
Yeah, so that should be a 5. It still rolled a natural 1, but the attack should be a 5.
Oh, it's not that. I don't have an attack bonus.
Right.
I should have. Was it 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look, I was never counting on getting to combat.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you were in combat very briefly back on state.
Yeah.
For like
Oh yeah.
a turn.
Yep. All right. Well, getting the airlock hacked is not, especially from the inside, is not difficult for Das. I'm not even going to ask you to roll it. There is still a question there of, are you leaving that line shunt in place so that you can come back easily, but also so that they could possibly open the airlock themselves? Or you're going to take it with you and make your return very difficult?
When you say they could open the airlock themselves, you mean the crew of the Summers Griffin
Yeah.
could sort of undock if we left it in place, or?
Well, yeah,
could come in.
they could. They still couldn't go anywhere because you haven't unlocked the ship in total, but they could at least retract the bridge and hope to start going.
Yeah. Are we limited on how many line shunts we can get? Can we just carry some?
Line shunts are one of the items I don't want included in the ship locker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, if we need to use one to get in, that leaves me with 3.
And
So
yeah,
it
you
depends
would need to
whether
leave one
it's-
there so that for the time duration, basically. Unless you think your exploration of the Titan class ship will take 1d4 plus 2 rounds.
Somehow I doubt it. Somehow I doubt it. Well, and I mean, it might if we get through and there's like a dozen space zombies with shotguns. It might be that short, but somehow I doubt you'd do that.
You do have Koana and Dima on the ship. Or on their ship with them.
We do. And we have Notario and Acid are there as well. So they're not on that ship, but they're present on the Raza, so they could, like, theoretically, if the Summers Griffin did decide to undock, the Raza's still docked to the Summers Griffin, between Koana, Dima, Natario, and Acid, they could get the people that are supposed to be on the Raza onto the Raza, undock, and then come back and dock at that port again and get us. So I think I would certainly be making everyone aware, but DAS's default is going to be leave the line shunt in place.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
unless someone objects, it'll stay in place.
Nah, makes sense. Probably a good idea as well, because if we have someone injured, we won't want to fuck about and try to get them. We don't want any delays bringing them back.
Cool.
Mhm.
So I'll expend 1 to do that. So 3 remaining. Hopefully we don't come across something that needs 4 to hack.
I will say that the max salary you asked for any system is 3, but
Okay. Well,
something
hopefully we don't
like
come across too complicated systems.
yes. You read between the
Yes.
lines.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, 2 systems that take 2 each. We got to pick. Yeah, we'll see what we find. We might not get there if there's zombies.
When you hack the airlock and make your way into the Titan ship, and I would say that there is an eerie silence that falls over you, but you're in space. It's already eerily silent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no Atmo in here, right?
There's no Atmo in here.
So very silent.
Yeah.
You're
Just before March Order becomes relevant, I'd like to say that Percy will insist on taking point, and I will have the Thundergun ready.
okay. All right. You walk into a ship that feels like it's from a different world. That's kind of a Captain Obvious statement, but this is a ship that is at least 600 years old, probably more, given the size of the ship and the tech that would have been needed to have made it. You've already figured out it's pre-Scream by the age of the other ships in this system and its similarity in design structures. And that strange alienness to it continues as you enter the hallways. Of course, the absence of lights is not helping at all. Things being lit only where holes in the hull have allowed light from the sun to come in and bounce around. And you are on the opposite side from the sun, so that's quite a feat that any kind of holes have let light diffract this far in. Everything else is from your many vac suits. The lights on your head cam, your helmets wiggling around. There are reflective strips as if they were lighting in the past. They are where lights would have been. And handrails, so that if you didn't have vac suits, you could still easily navigate. And the design feature that probably strikes out the most is a frequent usage of ceramic or ceramic composite material in design elements. Nothing structural, nothing that really holds anything together. It looks more decorative. You exit the airlock into a wide hallway. Also an oddity for ships, but given the size of the ship and the amount of crew that may have traveled these hallways, not unusual.
Once we step into the hallway, Percy is going to actually stop the group and then just say, okay, remember, we don't know what we're getting into here. All we know is that there are these things. We don't know whether they're intelligent or not. We do know that they're willing to shoot intruders and that they're willing to shoot to kill. I'll take point. Spread out behind me so that you've not got anyone directly in front of you. If you have any weapons, ready them. And yeah, until we see any signs of intelligence in the natives, shoot first and ask questions later. I want us to all come back from this in one piece with no bullet holes, okay?
You already see Douglas palming a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Das is
Ready to go.
holding a Lazarus patch. Like you're probably, if you were paying attention as Das was preparing, she is carrying that pistol, but it's in some pocket somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kid,
I've got a
you
bolter
stay.
gun, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not
Yeah,
one of my first
Kid,
resort.
you stay at the back. You're a medic here, not a combatant. I can,
Indeed.
because Percy noticed you got the Lazarus patch. Stay at the back so that you're not in anyone's firing line. Keep an eye on behind us, okay?
Yep, will do.
All right, let's go. And Percy will turn and start leading the group onwards.
Okay. You, if you want to go straight to where Sage was killed, you could have watched farther back in the video that he transmitted, just like you guys are transmitting back to Raza right now, and try to retrace his steps. There are obviously, you could just say, no, we're going to explore other places and try and figure out where you think different departments on a ship this size would be. So I just want to, basically, all of that was to say that in addition to trying to find like engineering, bridge, medbay, standard places that you would think to search for valuable parts, you also have a location of Sage is dead. Where do you want to go?
I mean, I feel like body recovery first thing's not the worst, but that's also where the last zombie was last seen, right?
It is.
I was gonna say, I was about to argue that we should probably stay away from where we know that the gun-toting zombies were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just goes with thought, huh?
So it's up to you guys. Percy's not paying attention to navigate, like deciding which direction we go. He's just paying attention to look out for zombies. I'll let somebody else actually direct.
Sounds like nobody is directing.
Yeah, it kinda is, isn't it?
See, I feel like going towards where the known zombie is, because it's better the zombie that you know than the zombie you don't, right?
I just not
Alternatively-
run into the zombies, just get what we want and leave.
Of course, also, I suppose the other thing is the ship is big enough that we could probably actually avoid the zombie altogether. So yeah, I guess that's...
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
assuming
thinking.
there is only one.
Oh no, I assume there's more than one at this point, but
I mean, if it's intelligent and there's more on here, the first thing it would do is free more,
Yeah.
right? Well, I guess the second thing, because obviously the first thing it would do is grab a gun and shoot the guy.
First thing was grab a gun and shoot Sage, but second thing, wake the rest of them up.
yeah.
So was that insensitive? That might have been insensitive.
You know what? Here's a thought then. Why don't we see if we can find the armory so that we can see? Because if that's empty, then that probably means that somebody's come through here and got the guns. Hopefully, like 500 years ago, and not within the past couple of days.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you, for the more military ship familiar characters here. Let's see, who am I targeting for this? Definitely John and Percy, and yep, John and Percy. A capital class ship is going to have multiple armories. this is bigger than a capital class ship, but it doesn't really strike you as this was a military warship. So, if it has armories, which it likely does, because it is still obviously a very big, valuable target, it's likely to have more than one, just so that anybody who needs a gun is not running from one side of the ship to another.
Fan bloody tastic.
You can still try to locate where you think the nearest armory would be, based on some knowledge of ship design and guesswork.
Yeah, I guess we'll try.
It's just, I just want to make clear, it's not going to be the only one.
Yeah. Well, if the zombies were
by zombies.
yeah, if the quote unquote zombies were around here, and I'm still not entirely convinced that they weren't just like, pre-screen people who happen to have adaptations against vacuum, but for sake of simplicity, we'll call them zombies.
Okay.
I'm
okay with zombies.
But yeah, I think that they probably would have gone for the nearest one anyway, so we'll see if we can try. And since we are like near-ish where the guy died, the closest armory to that point is also probably the closest armory to us. So yeah.
Sound logic.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a shoot with wisdom skill check. That goes for both Nox and Percy, or admin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would an administrator intelligence work?
Yeah, admin. I'm still going with wisdom here because you're trying to guess and judge where you think it'll be. If this were a familiar ship design for the ages, then I would absolutely let you use intelligence for it.
All right.
It's a weird ass ship.
Your difficulty here is 8, so if you either want to re-roll that, or if somebody can assist before you re-roll. Does anybody think that they have any relevant knowledge or skill set to contribute to John and Percy trying to work out how they think would be the quickest and the most efficient way to get to the nearest armory?
I think just general ship layouts, like what's the secure location, like physically, like engineering wise.
Okay, I would take that.
Presumably you don't want the armory on like the outside and get hit and explode.
Presumably not. Yep. So either fix or pilot with wisdom.
All right, fix wisdom it is.
All right, that will get the +1 that John needs to reach an 8.
Woo.
As you're traveling through the corridors, again, we're in a very I've never actually played the game, but I think we're in a very Dead Space vibe where there's no light except what you bring, especially as you go deeper into the ship. My early narration of there being light diffusing through, I forgot that you were on the opposite side of the ship from the sun and should not have even mentioned it.
So basically it's all extremely dark. Nice.
Yeah. It's all just
zombies in the dark. Can't beat it.
That you can't hear.
Silent zombies in the dark.
Yeah, this is getting worse and worse.
But
this is why I said shoot first and ask questions later.
Like wide-eyed at the back of the group.
Psychic zombies in the dark.
Looking around frantically, trying to see anything.
As these thoughts are crossing your minds, it might occur that when the zombie walked away from Sage, it was walking away from his light.
They're scared of the light.
That's the takeaway.
Nah, Seems too good to be true. I wouldn't get my hopes
Probably
up.
they can just see in the dark, so they don't need to take the light.
Yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up about that.
Yeah.
We'll assume that it just had
Wow.
something else to do.
You can
Don't
keep
assume
you
that
can
it's
keep your hopes down. I'm gonna get my hopes up.
Sure, you get your hopes up. I'll keep my hopes realistic. Until we actually see them being scared away by light, we're gonna assume that they're not scared of light.
It's as likely that they're drawn to the light.
Yeah. Well, that's where the
Exactly.
people are, right?
You've navigated down some hallways, deeper into the interior of the ship. There are some obstructions, but nothing that is going to actually challenge or block you. A door that has closed, but its emergency latches are not locked. You know. Something that you can with a plain old toolkit, let alone a pre-tech toolkit, you can easily pry open. It just takes you a minute. There's no power that you've found throughout the ship, although there are keypads for these portals between sections, these doors between sections. And when you get to the armory, this one is locked. There's a keypad on the outside of it, of course, and what looks like some damage to the keypad. The panel on which the keypad rests is slightly ajar.
Door. Is it?
When you say damage, is this damage somebody's been tampering with it, or damage somebody hit it with a big blunt object?
Damage like the kind of damage that Das might do if she were breaking into it.
Right. Okay.
Now, one other observation you make is that you've been seeing this, but it's nowhere else is it clearer than here, where you're at a room that you easily recognize. It's labeled, and it's labeled in what you at least recognize as Terran Mandate, which is closest in similarity to British English. Does anybody speak British English?
Oh wait, do we end universe or?
Oh yes, it's universe.
Oh yeah, it's a fair question, huh? Oh, yes, I speak British.
Yeah.
So as often as I have to ask Viral and Ginja to repeat themselves, I'm not sure I do.
In fairness, I speak Scots. That's not quite the same thing.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Don't have British English as a language, but do have diplomat.
I believe British English is included in double check here.
Diplomat. I should hope so.
Yeah, it's one of the more. Oh yeah, of course. It's one of the identified languages. The only languages I'm excluding from diplomat are those that are not on that list. So, yeah, yet another language that Elise discovers she knows. Elise can read and, to some extent, to some ability, speak Terran Mandate effectively.
Or at least British English.
Yeah.
Which is so posh that spacers can't.
The way I imagine Terran Mandate is how we read Shakespeare. It's a language that's over 1,000 years old, British English has had 1,000 years to evolve since Terran Mandate fell out of use, and that would normally be a much wider gap. except for how much written material there is that carries forward and keeps getting redone. So there hasn't been too much linguistic drift between Terran Mandate and what Terran Mandate became, which is British English.
So, what do it say?
It says
Man,
armory.
Even.
All that for a sign that says armor. Yep.
And we were sitting there like, I was like, oh, war, like, beware.
Everyone's like walking in. Guys, I think this says armory. Yeah, we know.
That was just a background lore drop.
Honestly, I'm just happy as to the possibility that even in the year 3250, the sun possibly still hasn't set on the British Empire.
Yep. Yeah.
Take that one step further. Although the Terran Mandate has died out, the Galactic Mandate claims to be its successor. So, yeah, you could probably still call that the British Empire.
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
If I remember
Man, that's like what, a millennium and a half straight of no sun, of the always being sun somewhere over the British Empire. Nice.
Oh, now there's multiple suns.
Exactly, which means that
Yeah.
one of them
Right,
is always
does it-
standing somewhere.
Does it start to count as cheating if you claim the innermost planet of a system that can never be eclipsed? Like, does that then count as cheating because the sun can never set on that?
No, I think that's just
You know,
smart.
like, if you claim all of Mercury,
Mhm.
then the sun can never set.
Honestly, at that point, given you've put an entire planet under the jurisdiction of one country on a different planet, I think you deserve it.
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah. I think that's just smart. Smart move.
Yep.
Like, at that point, you've earned the right to say that the sun never sets on your empire, you know?
Yeah.
So the armor in front of you is locked,
Yes.
with signs of somebody breaking in. Given the lack of atmosphere and the state of the ship, it would be very difficult to tell how recent that break-in was.
Yeah.
Well, I can think of one way that we could get in here, and Percy will have to Thundergun. But if anyone else has any plans, I'm open
Well,
to
I mean-
suggestions.
If the panel's already open, might as well have a look.
Yeah, maybe some subtlety for now. Maybe.
Yeah. Because the
I don't know,
other thing with the thunder gun is it'll make some noise. And obviously, yes, there's no atmo, but the walls and the floor will still
Yeah,
Probably shake.
vibrations, you're right.
reverberate. So, if we can
Yeah.
keep it quiet,
Yeah,
that'd be
we
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Das.
Percy will take up a lookout position then while you're, like, he'll take over Das's lookout position while you're investigating the panel.
All right. Well, things look a little bit dire for Das initially, right from the start, and that I mean, you're dealing with 600 or more years of technological advancement. You don't
Yeah.
appear to have anything that readily adapts to this. Not,
Yes, I do
not
not
a-
have Hacker 2 yet.
not
That'd
a.
be useful.
This is just getting some kind of data flow to begin with. It's not insurmountable. You could forge or force a connection with a little bit of fix handyman or handiwork.
Okay.
So if Douglas or Das wants to try to connect the data slab or data slab to the panel.
It's a data pad, isn't it?
It's data slab.
Oh, it is a data slab. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, I was saying your thing. It's like, well, no,
Yeah,
black
I think it's a-
slab,
it's a
and then it's data pad. But no, it
but
is
a data
it's
slab.
slab.
Which,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
using for hacking.
Yeah, black pad would just be weird, so I'm glad he used slab.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought it was data pad and then black slab. You know, I
Yeah,
didn't think it was.
I've used
The same
data pad a
tool
lot,
list.
so that's partly my fault for saying the word wrong so much.
Yeah, how dare you?
I know, right? Yeah, go ahead and give me a this will be intelligence.
Okay.
Intel fix.
That's definitely be sort of not exactly
Alright.
asking Doug for help, but certainly sort of
Yeah.
it's clear that there are going to be some wires involved, and she's sort of trying
Okay.
to look at the data slab, and yeah.
Don't shock yourself.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll take the shock. Oh, okay.
Oh, how neat. On
Fair.
my screen, it has landed on the edge, showing both 1 and 3 on the side.
Nice. Oh yeah. On mine too.
Yep. Oh, on stream too. Cool.
Good job.
Nice.
Good 3D dice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely sufficient to create the proper connection. It's going to cause difficulties with the actual data flow if it's even a language that Das is familiar with.
Mm,
But you're
You
connected.
believe.
there's a connection.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see what
And-
we can interpret from this connection then.
Yeah. What you've effectively done so far is mirror the functionality that the panel would give you. So right now, if the panel or the screen were completely broken, you could be using your data slab to be a second
Like
panel.
if we knew the code, we could get in at this point. But
Yes.
Yeah.
And through that, you can try hacking. And this is where Das hits her second obstacle. Yeah, you don't have data protocols for this. Das, this is a ancient and proprietary programming language
Yep.
that Das would need to spend some time studying, or have Hacker 2 to
Yes. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Now, when you say, by the way, how much time is some time?
I believe it's listed as a week. It's not terribly
Rules as
long.
written, a month minus a week per program. So
Oh.
rules as written, it's about 2 weeks for Das.
Okay.
Huh. So if you have program 4, it's just
If you have program
Hacker
4, it's
two.
like 1 day.
Interesting.
It's a 1 day minimum. Yeah, that's on page 55.
I probably wouldn't do just 1 day for that. Maybe go half a week. I still want there to be incentive for Hacker 2, even at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still technically.
four.
Oh,
Some
like
incentive,
Hacker 2 is
you know.
happening. Like Hacker 2 is definitely happening. There's other things in Hacker 2 that it'll happen eventually. Maybe even next level.
Oh, I guess that's
Yeah,
fair. With
you're-
Hacker 2, you just have instant access, whereas Program 4,
Yeah.
1 day is still a
That's still
full
some
day.
prep work.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I'm
you're not
fine
going to
with
be able
that.
to do that in an emergency. You're not going to be able to do that in an emergency. Whereas with Hacker 2, you could, it's like, I don't know any of this. That's an emergency. I need to get the heck out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think 1 day is fair for future players that don't take Hacker 2.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, if you're going to program 4 and not taking Hacker,
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty deep into it.
yeah, that's pretty deep into a skill and not taking a focus about it.
Well, I will
Wow.
say that there are plenty of players on the Stars forum, Stars Discord, that dismiss Hacker 2, Hacker in general, because Specialist gets you the dice and isn't restricted to hacking, because they've never had a GM that actually uses data protocols.
Yep.
So it really depends
definitely
on
where it
what
helps
your
having
background
this
is.
setting
Mm-hmm.
too, where that.
Yeah, and I think that's just a difference in style. Like, not having data protocols doesn't make the game worse. It just gives it a different style.
Yeah. It does. It does.
I think I think a couple of my miscellaneous experiences where you're not really messing with alien or ancient stuff, and if you're not doing either of those, then it doesn't really make sense to not have to need the data protocols for most cases.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I'm speculating.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you're only ever dealing with modern corporations, there's no reason for Mercury Core to have such an alien data protocol that you need data protocols. You know, it's out there. Even if they try to keep a lid on it, all these corporations' data types are out there for actual hackers to know. So yeah, if you're purely going after modern cores, there's probably no need for the data protocols
Actually,
part.
I think that you can buy data protocols too, can't you?
Yeah.
Obviously not here, but
Right.
No,
if you
here.
do find a store here, then you could probably buy them.
Yeah, I suspect you won't find a store. You know, something tells me there isn't going to be a store here.
never know.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
zombies. Maybe there's zombies running stores.
Well, there are. There might be
Yeah.
There might be a zombie store. Yeah.
They-
Honestly,
Okay.
I think the closest you're going to find to a store is a storeroom that we're going to need to break into as well.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Coming back to this hacking attempt that's going to go nowhere. I think Das wouldn't immediately give up. She's going to send some test inputs and put a code in and see what happens. But it's almost certainly not going to do what she wants. And at that point, it'll be like, yeah, no, we're not getting anywhere with this. And
Yeah.
she'd sort of glance at the thunder gun and maybe there's other ways in.
DAS's inputs that she sends look like they are triggering some fairly common, they look like they're probably common exception errors. You know, it's not registering as a
Yeah,
hacking
it's like-
attempt. It's just
Yeah, it's
unknown
like, this
variable.
is the wrong code.
Mm-hmm.
This is the wrong code. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, we ain't hacking this one.
No, look, hey.
This computer's super weird.
Anybody else got any plans, or are we blowing the doors off this?
I don't have anything.
I mean, it might be a little more quiet to cut through it with the tools, right?
Yeah.
Not,
Are there
I'll just
any
mix up
maintenance ducts or air ducts or anything near here?
Yeah, there are.
Okay. Can we see if they go any closer to inside than this? Like the front door might be secure, but like the air duct connection might not be as secure or something. Like it might be worth looking, at least.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. That's also an option for you. There are vents. Unlike the Raza, DAS doesn't know intuitively where
Yeah, of course.
everything goes.
Yeah. But she is still small enough, probably, to fit into them.
Mm-hmm.
If we take the covers off, and yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah, not going to go far.
All right. So is that the plan that is you guys are going with right now? Is DAS exploration?
I think so, yeah. Oh, and kid, make sure you keep track of your way back as well. You don't want to get lost.
Yeah. I'm not going to go far. A couple of junctions in and then back. Just see what we can see from that.
One moment here. All right. I think let's go with wisdom again, but wisdom sneak check.
Wisdom sneak.
Yeah,
Okay.
getting the vents off
Interesting.
is again no problem.
Yeah. Okay. 8.
No, I see you've already rolled it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm used to the clickety clacking of dice, and there was none. All right, navigating through vents and crawling into maintenance corridors or maintenance tunnels connected to vents outside the normal residential pathways of the ship. Das is able to at least see into the armory. But the vent that she's at right here is too small to fit through.
Right. They've put like a security vent on that you can't fit through.
They have, yeah.
Okay.
And she's,
but I can see into the armory from here.
You can see into the armory, and I'm going to say that this is a partial success. There is room for more success with a higher roll.
Okay. That is slightly below average, but I feel like there's probably going to be more important things to roll.
Okay. So yeah, she can get a fairly good view into the armory. I'm gonna have you roll a wisdom notice check just to see how in tune she is here. That's not gonna give you nothing, but it's not gonna give you everything.
Yeah, I mean that, and where the previous one was a 6, this one was a 3.
Ooh.
plus modifiers. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Let's re-roll that one.
Okay.
That's a 6 again. Okay, so still below average, but better than a 3.
That's enough to get you just about as much information as if you had gotten in. The only thing that you're lacking here is actually getting in.
Yeah.
There are guns and weapons in this armory. There's what looks like armor and armored vac suits, at least from some common design elements necessary for both of those.
Okay.
And there's also, it looks like some of the security glass or plating has been wrenched open in a similar fashion to the door, the panel on the door.
Okay. How big is the biggest gun I can see?
They are primarily void carbines. In fact, I would say that that's probably the biggest gun you can see. It doesn't look like there's anything more advanced.
Nothing particularly big, just lots of void carbines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Void carbines and some pistols.
Okay.
Judging with a real quick count of what you can see, looks like well, I'll put a period on it. 6 have been removed from pegs.
Okay.
6 times confirmed.
Well, 6 people have been in this armory and taken stuff. Whether they were zombies or not is unclear, and how long ago it was done is unclear.
Actually, no, let's just go with 6 guns were removed. It's possible that those 3 zombies are dual wielding.
It is possible.
I am going to give you a little bit more because I think it's reasonable. There are parts that are floating around in a fashion that looks like they were dislodged recently.
Okay.
You know, and I'm kind of I'm not certain of the physics here, but I believe that if a piece were removed and floating through space for 1,000 years, it will eventually bounce off of enough that it would lose further kinetic energy. It wouldn't keep bouncing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
the collisions it would lose energy. So if
Yes.
there's stuff slowly drifting,
There is stuff slowly drifting.
It's been drifting. It may have been drifting for a few years, but it's not going to be hundreds.
Each impact would convert some of the energy into
Yeah, exactly.
other types of energy that's not kinetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's movement. Okay, I will head back to the group and report that there are guns in there. There are suits in there. 6 guns that I could see had been removed. Somebody's been in there recently because stuff's still moving.
Oh, let me give you one more thing.
Mhm.
6 of those vac suits were missing their boots.
What?
Mag boots.
Ah.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
always wanted mag
Yeah.
boots. which does tell us that they're not dual wielding, because if they were dual wielding, it'd only be 3 pairs of boots.
Unless they have 4 feet.
True.
Unless, well, yes, they might have 4. Oh god,
That's true. We can't roll out.
4-footed dual wielding zombies. What will we invent next?
At this point, I think that's not zombies. That's more spiders.
Yeah. Well, no, it's centaurs. Zombie centaurs.
True.
Dual wielding zombie centaurs. What's
Zombie
next?
Goro centaurs.
Zombie centaurs
so
do wielding
probably
guns.
6 of
Okay.
them. Probably
Mhm.
6 of them.
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, realistically, and in character, probably 6 of them.
Yeah.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 6 of them. Yeah.
Dash is able to scramble
Yeah.
back to the group.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there were armored suits in there, right? That might be good to. But I think that and the carbines might be the only ones that are. Like we're not going to get super fancy pre-tech guns. It looks like.
Yeah,
I mean,
there were armored
even-
vac suits in there. Missing mag boots.
Were they all missing boots, or were there just some of them?
Oh, just some. There are more than 6 armored vac suits in there.
Yeah. Just
Plus,
if we go in there for armored vac suits, and then it's like, we've got everything but the boots. Yeah.
Look. If my entire body, apart from my boots, is armored, I'm willing to call that armored.
Yeah, that sounds pretty armored. Yeah.
How often do you get people trying to shoot at your
It
feet?
just
in a
depends.
firefight?
It just depends whether the boots are because you still need the boots pressurized, right? So it would depend on whether the existing boots would connect. You know,
They should. Modern designs
these are
allow them to be
600-year-old
swapped.
vac suits.
Oh, that's true. Your boots
You
might
know.
not connect. That's true.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we can just strip the armor off these ones and put it onto
true.
us.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyways.
Essentially Das is just communicating like this is what's in there, and then if you guys decide, what you guys decide whether we go in or not is up to you. She's just sort of communicating back what she's seen.
Yeah. I think it's worth, personally, I think it's worth trying to get in here, and then, even if we don't take the stuff right now, we can get it on the way back if need be. It would be nice to have a decent stock of void carbines on our ship.
Yes.
You do, I believe.
I'm gonna say
Do we?
Oh yeah, we bought the
they got
energy guns,
kinetic.
didn't we? Or did we
Well,
buy
it's
kinetics?
Yeah, your
Yeah,
armory
kinetics.
has up to TL4 kinetics, including
right, I
the
thought
mag versions.
I guess I should actually specifically note that, unless you noted it somewhere else.
I have it now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, well, for one thing, I wish I'd realised beforehand that we had mag weapons on our ship as well, but that's neither here nor there.
I'll let you
Um,
swap out your because Percy would have known. I'll let you swap out your equipment if you would make changes.
Fair.
And we've also got the bolters too.
Mm-hmm.
The bolters, yeah.
Yeah.
which have the same advantage of void carbines as being safe to fire on ships and recoilless.
Mm.
So if
Yeah.
you're floating through space, they will not send you spinning.
Mm.
Nice.
Yes.
Um,
Is that something I'm just gonna like? Das wouldn't be specifically asking for it, but is that something that someone would have suggested replacing Das's pistol with?
Yeah, probably because I've got two fancy ones that are able to be concealed.
Yeah, Das doesn't really need them concealable. Just
Yeah, but
You
it's
know.
fancy and he's been working on it. And he's proud of it.
Use this because I'm proud of it. I made it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
But yeah.
In
What
fact,
what
actually,
stat
maybe I
line
should
do
make
those
one
use?
custom. That's a revolver.
Right.
And you can use it as a nail gun with effectively unlimited ammo. I mean, it's not actually unlimited, but close to.
Right, I forgot about ammo. That's fine. I've never had a combat where I had to reload anyways.
Yeah. I usually like to put 1 3-pack of ammo on my character sheet just because it's one encumbrance that way.
Oh yeah. Oh, I usually do that too, but I
Yeah.
just didn't even think about it this time.
Yeah.
That's okay because I didn't really plan to shoot much anyways. Mostly intended to chuck grenades if we're going into combat.
Speaking of combat, what would you like to do next? Do you want to break your way into this armory, or are you going to search for other sections of the ships, trying to find or trying to avoid zombies?
Right, yeah, we were. Yeah, Douglas was saying something about potentially being able to break through quieter than needing to use Thundergun.
Yeah, probably using the toolkit. I mean, it's still probably not going to be like it wouldn't be like in an atmosphere. It probably wouldn't be particularly quiet, but in a vacuum, it's probably less noticeable than the thunder gun.
Quiet enough, yeah.
Its name
And it is
does
a
not
pre-tech
contain
toolkit.
the noise, the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. Do you?
Yeah, in that
want
case,
to?
I think like
On the door.
trying to break in here is probably worth it because again, if nothing else, we can grab armored tracksuits on the way out, and it would be nice to have them for free.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if Douglas is
if you
going
want-
to break in there, then go ahead and roll me an int fix.
Can I be an assistant on this one?
You
I don't know
sure
what I
can.
need to. I don't know if that'll give a number or if I just be an assistant. But
You could roll a sneak int to help identify points that are weaker, or
yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
And sneak's pretty good.
Go ahead and roll it.
Give that a go. Sneak. 14.
Wow.
Is that enough?
That's enough.
I mean, it might be.
Nice.
It might get me. It might
Yeah.
give me that +1.
Might do. Might do.
It does.
All right,
It
now
does.
let's hope I don't ruin it.
Is that including the
9.
+1?
No, it's not. So it'll be a 9.
That's okay. I usually stick with the even numbers anyways. Usually.
Yeah,
Not always.
but then the question is, do I need a 10?
You do not need a 10 for this.
Oh, okay.
It appears
well
that having already been broken into once has made it easier. Like, getting into an armory shouldn't be this easy, but it's already been broken into and damaged. While Das is inspecting and looking for, ways to help Douglas with this, Das is able to identify something here. This wasn't broken into by brute force. It looks like it was actually hacked open. Or not necessarily hacked open, but opened electronically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have
Like
really smart
it
zombies.
wasn't forced open. It was like something electronic got the door to think it should be open.
You can see.
I'm just really starting to think we're not dealing with a zombie, y'all.
You can see
Yeah.
connections.
It's like there's smart zombie, then there's
You can see
Brainiac zombie.
connections where effectively a power source was hooked up to it.
Right. Like someone soldered some dangling wires into the hard to reach bit to hook a battery up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
But the door is open, and it's with that fix, it's something that you would be able to close back up if you want to.
Hmm.
So it's not permanently broken open. You enter and see much the same as Das already described. Rows of vac suits, armored vac suits. Well, some armored, mostly unarmored. Sorry, this is an armory. All armored. I'm trying to add standard ship equipment into an armory. It does not have that.
Hmm.
Rows of armored vac suits, 6 of which have their boots missing, and shelves and walls of guns, one wall of which has been broken into and its pieces floating around, and 6 of the void carbines removed. More could have been removed with what has been broken open, but only 6 were.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Which does mean that we have access to what's there, but also we could have brought those anyway. So.
Yeah.
Hmm. Still kind of hard to pick them up later on if we find ourselves
Yeah.
with extra carrying space.
Indeed.
But yeah, judging by the fact that there's 6 pairs of magnet boots missing and nothing else, I think it's probably 6. I think it's probably 6 people who can handle the atmosphere, whether that's because they're zombies or just
Hmm.
like people with pre-tech adaptations that let them handle vacuum, but they still need the magnet boots, the boots and the armored vac suits to not be spinning all over the place,
Yeah.
and obviously 6 guns.
Now, I am going to make an assumption here that having made the decision to break in here, you're not going to just walk in, say, "Yep, Dash was right. We can get these guns on the way out," and then walk out. You're going to spend at least a little bit of time looking around to see if there's anything that might have been missed from that vent.
That was the next thing I was going to ask you,
Mm.
Vince.
Yes.
Yeah.
Das would definitely be sort of pointing out, like, this is the bit I could see from the vent.
Dash, roll me
Looking at what else.
a sneak int. Everyone else can roll me notice wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Sneak int.
God damn it, I'm rolling garbage today.
Yeah.
Do I roll an NPC skill for Libra or?
Yeah, go ahead. And for this, go ahead and call her proficient. Well,
No.
Well,
Proficient.
definitions.
Yeah.
she's busy
Just
watching the hallway.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair.
Alright, was that everyone? I feel like I'm missing someone.
No, I think that's
Looks like everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, Douglas is right there above Elise. Okay. Taking Elise's roll and giving it a +1. Actually, Elise and Das both got a 9 there. The combination of the two of you are there's something odd about one of the corners, and it's hard to put into words, but it's just offset a little bit wrong, or the weapons in it are just a little bit different. But your attention is drawn over to one section of the armory, and a little bit of investigation reveals that it does look like a special little section of the armory.
Ooh.
Yeah, there are notes over here. Here we go. All right. All of that was vague GM talk to say I don't have my notes in front of me yet. The difference with the weapons in this section is that they're not ship-friendly weapons. On this wall are laser weapons of a design that you haven't seen before. There's also, that's obvious because they're 600 years old. There are 3 that stand out from the other laser rifles on this wall.
Okay.
You find some identifying Mu Tech, as in MU-Tech, not Mu.
You mean the armory's not full of cows?
The armory is not full of cows. So, yeah, okay, it's specifically not Mu.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna keep hearing that. Just have to accept it.
And I'm gonna tell you, as the GM, these are 3 artifact weapons.
Ooh, spicy.
Characters
Ooh.
recognize well enough. They're special care and special attention has gone into these 3.
Okay.
Did you say what kind of weapons they were?
Laser rifle.
All laser rifles?
Mhm.
Do they all look to be the same manufacturing?
They are.
Text. Speaking of, I need to pull up my. Is that one of the ones that's in the book, or?
It's not.
Okay.
It is a
So we don't-
special. Yeah.
So we're waiting on you to tell us how it's special.
You are.
Unless
Yeah.
you posted it.
I haven't. No.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause you're stalling for time to buy your. Okay, right. You're stalling for
You
time.
know,
Right.
it's possible.
I
it's
shouldn't call it
possible-
out. It's rude for me to call that out. But
I actually am not stalling for time this time. I do have it written out. I'm.
It's just that we'd probably need to study it in universe to figure out like how exactly it's better. Either that or just fire it. But for
yeah, I
instance,
think we'll just.
Yeah.
Well, we might have an opportunity to fire it really
it's-
soon, so...
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a lot. It's not like we're not worried about breaking atmosphere on this ship. So
Right.
Yeah.
and it's a laser weapon, so you don't have a recoil.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and pick up one of these Mu Tech rifles.
Here, I'll put this in for a small, what would be Easter egg and funny bit. There's a note, a sticky note that has fallen inside the case. It was stuck, to the side of the case or the inside of the case, but it has fallen to the bottom of the inside of the case that says, "In case of entity."
Huh.
Hmm. Now, what could that mean?
We never know.
I don't know. The tone of voice that Meow can say that in, plus the fact that Dex said Easter egg, makes me think that he may know but is trying not to give the game away. But
Yeah,
what I
something
would like
tells me
to
this
ask,
is references.
yeah. What I would like to ask is, Dex, Percy is basically. I know these things are like 600 years old, but Percy is a gun nut. I suspect he has done more reading on different kinds of guns than the average person. Can I roll shoot int to see if I can discern anything more than at least
Sure.
be able to at a glance?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Go ahead and roll. So let's see, you've done a charisma stab, now you're doing an int shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly not a very good one.
Now, you
We
will
can't
need
shoot
higher than
down
that for
actual combat.
pre-tech weapons.
Fair.
What Percy can tell is that yeah, it is very well designed. It's very comfortable, very well fitted. It's as one size fits all as it can be, while still being an effective weapon. And I'll give you this much at least: it is +1 to hit and damage. There's more. You just don't know it yet.
And that's on top. That's on top of the laser, right? The laser weapon +1, right?
Correct.
That's pretty good.
Nice. Nice.
Well, in that case, I am going to declare yoink on one of these laser guns.
Yep. Yep.
Everyone else can fight over the other two if they want.
I think,
but
I
I think
already grabbed
Elisa
one.
claimed one. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna say no to Percy having the best guns.
Indeed. Indeed. If anyone can shoot the best guns, it's going to be Percy.
All right, who wants the third one?
Maybe Libra, if nobody in particular wants it, since I feel like she's the most combat oriented apart from Percy.
Libra has
and
guns.
Babyliss.
Yeah, but she's got the
True.
plasma projectors. But then
Yeah,
again,
I know, but
hmm.
I don't know. I'm thinking. I mean, we could just like take it with us, but not
I mean, I can
actually
hold
use
on
it.
to it. I
Actually,
don't. Yeah, I mean, I'll hold. I can hold on to it. I can, you know.
we're sure as hell not leaving it here.
Well, yeah. Definitely coming with us.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What have I?
All right.
When was I have a? I'm just looking at my sheet. I have an effort committed for the day, and I can't remember when that was. It might have been the previous day that I forgot to clear.
That was a previous day. You haven't sensed the need to anything.
Okay. Cool. Didn't think I had, but yeah,
Maybe you forgot.
maybe I forgot. Yeah.
So you're in the armory. You're pretty much done with the armory. There's nothing else of extra merit in here. Obviously, cleaning this place out as you leave will
Would be nice.
will be nice. We'll get you some kind of I'll figure out how much like tonnage of weapons and armory and stuff it would be the equivalent of. You don't need it for your ship, but it's something that you could sell. And nothing has come around to investigate your efforts here yet. Where do you
That's
want
a
to go
good thing.
next?
Percy will move back to the lead at the armory door, and then, yeah, basically pose that question to the group. Again, I don't particularly like. I feel like Percy's sort of more like watching out for threats than navigating as such.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The suspense of the zombies is really getting. I just really think we should get it over with.
Yeah. Should we go see if we can find Sage?
I think. Yeah.
Okay. All right, you can easily enough backtrack to the airlock where you came in, and from there it's a pretty straight shot. Sage did
You know,
make.
if
Go
can I
ahead.
just say, if we're backtracking to the airlock anyway, we may as well take some of the armored vac suits and dump them in the airlock.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe put them on.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that involve taking off our vac suits in this zero pressure environment?
Well, if we're taking them back and putting them in the airlock,
Yeah.
Ah,
That
true,
actually-
true.
That actually seems
Oh.
like a good idea. That because not having an armored vac suit in combat is scary.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, true. Not a bad shout. Okay, yeah, I can get
Yeah,
behind that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Is there one that Das will fit in?
Uh.
It'll be real baggy.
Yeah.
You know what? I did just roll a 6 on the random encounter. Or well, not the random encounter, but the trouble die.
Encounter.
So I'll give it to you. Yes, there is a more than 600-year-old ancient technology vac suit full of whatever microbes somebody left in it that you can change into if you want. I mean, yes, there is one that
Well,
fits
wait,
death.
hold on. I'm sorry, what's that part? I feel like there was something there.
No, probably not. Your what's it called? Not survey scanner. I think it is actually survey scanner. Somebody's got a survey scanner, right?
I don't.
I don't recall being
I mean,
mentioned.
it's not on my sheet, but
Oh, okay. I'm just giving you players guff here. The armored vac suits in that armory are probably fine.
Yeah, they'll have been
Yeah.
sterilized by space radiation, probably, right? Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe.
Nothing could survive 600 plus years, right?
In hard vacuum. I mean, it probably could, but anything that can handle that probably isn't like designed to live in biological creatures.
All right, so you return into the airlock. Remember, it is a kind of a small airlock. So, are you doing this one at a time to change, or?
We're talking. I mean, what's an hour at this point, right?
All right.
I say that.
Mm.
Famous last words.
Look, the guy we're looking for is already dead.
Right, exactly.
He's not gonna
Yeah.
get double dead if we take a bit longer to reach him.
You return to the Summit Griffin, and however you decide to work it, you see Kawana and Das inside, and
Dima.
Kawana and Dima, and they appear to be doing exactly what you hoped they would. They are engaging and keeping the younger of them enwrapped. Teenage boy, for obvious reasons. The little girl is interested in Dima's war stories. It seems like. Yeah, they're satisfied for the moment to remain here as you fumble around in their airlock, changing.
Oh, I guess our vaccines don't do as much as I thought they did. That's okay. It still would be nice not to get exposed to vacuum if we get cut.
Yeah, yeah. They're basically just to prevent your last 10
Yeah,
hit
as
points
a-
from exposing you.
Yeah, well, it's like 50% for a regular vac suit, and then it's 25% for an armored vac suit.
Mhm.
Which, you know, could make a difference. Could save lives.
Would save
Actually,
lives.
I haven't actually looked at the exposure rules after all this time.
They're pretty bad.
I've always assumed they're very bad, so I never just like, oh, I'm not gonna test it. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Oof, that's quite a lot of. Well, it could be quite a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Highly variable damage is what it is.
Very variable damage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The important thing
One
is that
plus
we're
con
going,
modifier, which is 1. Yeah.
the important thing is that we're either going to dodge the zombies or we're going to shoot them before they shoot us, and
Yes.
therefore the exposure rules don't matter, right?
Right.
Well, we hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see any knives missing, right? Or suit rippers?
You did not.
Okay, well, we're probably fine then.
Hopefully.
You didn't see
Yeah,
the
so-
suit rippers at all, so there's that.
Yeah, because I took them all.
Possibly.
Yeah, there were 6 in there and they took them all.
We're back to the
Well-
spider zombie theory, and they're definitely got all their spider legs covered in suit rippers.
Well, I wasn't planning on getting into melee range anyway. Can we
Yeah.
head back out?
It's like we thought they were dual wielding guns. It turns out no, they're dual wielding a gun and a suit ripper.
You head back out.
Shush, you're spoiling my game plan.
It
Yeah,
takes
we'll
some
head
time
back
to
out.
cycle in and out to change into the armored vac suits, but you've not disrupted the activities inside the Summers Griffin, and nobody feels any itching yet, so everything seems fine. You head back into the Titan ship, go down the hallway that Sage took, and it's a fair bit of a walk, about 8 to 10 minutes before you actually see a body. Just well,
Just chilling there.
it's kind of unsettling. At least I would think it's unsettling. His mag boots are attached to the ground, and so he's kind of upright, but yeah.
It's one of those situations.
So what you're saying is that basically what we see is a fleshy version of the wacky inflatable arms related man.
Yeah.
Ha.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
At least we could find some humor in his death.
Yeah. Given the intelligence that these things have showed so far, approach with caution. They may have set a surprise for us.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me twice. This is going to make sure to scan as much of the environment as he can with his light before he moves any closer.
Okay.
Or in fact, do you know what? Are there any like little bits, or not little bits, but like bits that could be broken off of the surrounding infrastructure relatively easily?
Can bits that it can broken off of what?
Of like
The ship
a
itself?
bit of wall tile or something. I'm hoping to find something that I can throw out just in case they respond to movement if they're hiding.
Oh, yeah, that should be fairly easy to find. I mean, there's ceramic decoration on the walls, and that's, it's not intended for impact. You can smash the butt of a gun against one of those and get a few fragments broken off.
Perfect. Yeah.
Toss those.
Yeah. I'll do that, and I'll just throw something out as. I was gonna say as far as I can, but there's no gravity, so that's like arbitrarily far.
Into the
far.
other wall.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I will. I will toss that, aiming at the ground past the body, so that it sort of like hits the deck and would make a noise if we were in gravity, if we were in like an environment with sound.
Yeah.
Just on the off chance that.
They're
Or if I,
the
they'll throw a
vibrations.
yeah. Just if they're going for vibrations, and then I'll throw a second bit through at like head height, just in case they're looking for movement.
Okay. Roll me.
Hopefully, there's not a blaze of gunfire.
Percy is able to manage that without needing any kind of roll to target it. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom notice check. I am assuming that Percy is in the lead here, so only Percy.
Yeah. Finally, I rolled decent.
Oh, okay. And Percy doesn't notice anything.
Okay, I'll turn back and I'll say, okay, if they have set up a trap for us here, then they're not falling for that one. So either it's a good trap, or they're not here.
Yep.
I'll stay on Overwatch if somebody else wants to go for the body, and Percy will walk to stand close to but not quite next to the body, with the thunder gun ready to fire.
Okay.
Leaving space next to him for someone else to go and Go for the body.
So he's not going past the body. He's stopping short of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's gonna inspect the body?
Like a couple of pieces short and to the side.
Got it.
I'll go up for the body just because I have fair bit of confidence that if I'm about to spring a trap, I won't.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
This is like base checking the danger.
Mm.
No, she's brain checking it because you're psychic.
Yeah.
As
So-
Elise approaches. Yep.
Someone put the funny thing in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
No alarm bells. No psychic warning. No visions.
Hmm.
The corpse of Sage is wiggling in front of her.
I will try and gently and carefully like deactivate the mag boots so that way I can pull them, you know, off the panels and back toward the rest of the group.
Okay. That's the narrative detail I was missing. There are like a couple of droplets of blood that are still floating around that haven't hit a wall yet. But around here and a little bit further forward and back, you can see where blood has dribbled out of the hole in his vac suit helmet, and coalesced or evaporated onto. I think it would be evaporated onto the wall, floor, and ceiling. You're able to disengage the mag boots, and now you've got a floating Sage corpse. Are you gonna take him back directly?
Yeah, I don't see any reason to. I don't know. Very crass way to put it. I don't see a reason to take him for a walk.
Oof, that's funny and dark.
Yeah, he's probably tired from all this wiggling. We should take him back to rescue his family.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break in just a minute, but I want to leave you with one last image here. In his Overwatch, and also as Elisa's vac lights are shining past him and into the space beyond, you see what is clearly an Exodus chamber. You see where he was opening up these pods, and the enormity of the room he was in was absolutely lost in the video. And it's not a wide open room. This is a cramped room, stacked full of stasis pods lying one on top of another that had to be pulled out like a drawer and set upright so that he could inspect them. There have to be, with the size and how your light doesn't even it diffuses before it even reaches the end. There may be millions here, probably hundreds of millions.
That big.
It's big.
That's a lot. Yeah.
But big.
And we're going to go ahead and take our 15-minute break there. I wanted to get to that before we did. And so come on back at 1:35. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get right back to it. You're walking the corpse of Sage back to the Summit Griffin. I imagine there's some decorum, not just kind of dragging him by the by a shoulder or something.
Yeah, if there were gravity here, I would just be dragging him along the floor. I'm that inconsiderate.
But you don't need to drag him along the floor. We're in zero gravity. You can just drag him by the ankle like a really fucked up balloon.
I said if we weren't in zero G, I would be dragging him across the floor, obviously.
I guess I mean, if anyone's gonna carry, I'd probably be Douglas. And I imagine I'm doing the whatever the 0G equivalent of is a fireman carry.
Yeah, I really don't know what that would be.
But it's like that it's like a professional carry, It's just like,
yeah, that's I think that's fair to just say it like that. I just can't visualize it.
Yeah, I don't quite know what that would be.
Yeah. I think
sure
it
there's
basically
some
would be a
theory
fireman carry.
I think a fireman carry would
It might
because it
be.
would just be over your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have a hand on your back so they don't, float around or float up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Fireman's carry does actually anchor them fairly securely against you, so it's just a fireman's carry.
Yeah. I'm thinking, but it would probably throw off my center of gravity. Anyway.
Your center of gravity.
Yeah.
What gravity?
No, you still have a
Center of
center.
mass.
You center of mass. You're right. Yeah.
Anyways, you make it
But
back.
I'm just because I'm walking. I'm just like I feel like I'd just be like kind of like leaned back. Just there's more mass up top. Anyways.
You do make it back. Now remember it was oh, I forgot her name. Numeria that wanted the body brought back without, or sorry, not Numeria. It was the husband. Poseidon.
Yeah, Poseidon.
That wanted the body brought back.
I almost called him Aquarius there.
Discreet.
I can't imagine what association that would have.
No idea.
Sage,
That's silly
Aquarius,
viral.
Poseidon, Numeria. I mean, come on. This is the planet where astrology's gotten out of control.
Their names actually do give the more worldly of you. I think that might be Elise and John again. Some idea where they're from. These people would, by their names, be from March. Well, specifically from Lumiere.
Could actually be useful.
The Lumiere tends toward Greek, Latin, Roman names, and
These are very much that type.
yeah, and very particularly, unless someone has need of a last name for legal documents, or if they get in trouble with the law, they don't have to have a last name.
So
Interesting.
Are you saying so people that have last name tend to have been because they got in trouble with the law?
That can be. It can also be because they have set up a business venture or a shop.
I'm just gonna assume every person from Lumiere with the last name is a criminal.
Like Zoe LaRue.
That's what yeah, like the LaRues. I'm just gonna. That's not my head canon.
That's just an organized crime family, obviously.
Yeah, the LaRue family. Yeah. Where do you think they got all that money? They offered $2 million for the daughter's return. Where do you think they got all that money? Yeah. I choose to believe now that everybody who's like on March or from Lumiere, if they introduce themselves by full name, That's like subtly saying, I'm a criminal. Are you also a criminal? Or maybe that's how they identify each other.
Well, if it is helpful at all,
We're right on the money.
Sage has a last name, and so does Numeria, but Poseidon does not.
I'll say you had a last name.
And the adult son did as well, right?
The adult son did also, but not
So
a daughter.
Yeah. Not
Or
the
the
youngest son or
teenage
the
son.
daughter.
Yeah.
So the eldest son had it. So.
I feel like you're
Yeah.
just saying we're right.
Anyways, yeah, we brought the body back to his family. Or, yeah.
Back to his
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would suggest we at the very least get something to cover the body before we take it in. But yes, you know, like someone goes in and finds like a sheet or something and puts it in the airlock to cycle back out, and then cover the body with a sheet before it goes in.
Okay. Well, Poseidon is also right there, very interested in you guys' return and activities. So when you go in to get the sheet, he's already on you, asking quietly, "You find him?"
We did.
Thank you. Here, I put this onto a chip for you, and he is pushing a credit chip towards you.
Elise doesn't really want to accept the credits.
Almost not worth accepting the credits. Yeah. I'm fine with not accepting the credits.
Yeah.
So
How does that
Elise will
look when
come
she
back.
refuses it then?
Was that?
How does it look? Like, how is she presenting her refusal of credits?
If it's like just being offered like hand to hand for her, it's just like no thanks. We're good.
You see his face soften and clear signs that he is holding back tears. He nods quietly and gets a I assume that ships, even free merchants, especially a military ship, but even free merchants, would have a small supply of space bags. And so he brings that, he gets that, and
Oh, like a body bag.
yeah, body bags, space body bags. He brings it to you folded up, still using his body to shield from the others inside, so they couldn't possibly see what he's carrying.
I'm sure doesn't arouse any suspicion in the slightest.
Do you want one of us to take care of that, or?
Yes, please.
At least we'll take the bag and get to doing the dirty work.
Okay. Of particular note, the bags aren't exactly designed for fully attired vac suits. It can accommodate it. It has to be big enough for all sizes, but generally don't, because also vac suits are valuable. You wouldn't send somebody out in one.
Yeah.
So that's a choice that you'll make. It's typical to not include the vac suit. Do you want to remove his?
Given that it's not typical, I will go ahead and start to remove it.
Okay.
Guess he'll sort of give you a look like, why are you stripping that corpse?
Elise doesn't have a really great answer for that. It's just, just like, I don't know, they seem uncomfortable in it.
And you think they'd be more comfortable with him being naked?
Oh, he won't be
I
naked.
think that maybe we
Yeah.
get him other clothes and, I don't know, make him look comfortable.
Fair point. Okay.
That is something that they do in morgues.
Mm.
And you know, just to keep things PG in this very much not PG game, he is wearing clothes under the vac suit.
Okay, good.
You know, at the very least,
He's got his t-shirt. Oh god, why is it covered him? No, I shouldn't be saying that.
yeah, no, at the very least, most people wear an undersuit, or you know, light clothes under a vac suit, and they're comfortable enough to wear normal non-thick clothes, I imagine. You probably can't go too ham with it, but almost nobody, maybe the Nox do, not our Nox, but the Nox in Anti, because they're like hardcore spacers,
Mm.
but others don't.
Yeah, Percy just sort of smiles and nods when Elise mentions that he was probably wearing something underneath and makes a mental note to try wearing something underneath his own vaccine. No, I'm joking.
Well, there's a camera in the airlock, right?
Oh, God.
Well, Percy was raised different.
Yeah, see, that is true. Probably.
Look, I was raised. My actual family got gunned down, and I was raised by the guys that gunned them down, and they were space pirates.
Yeah.
I did not exactly have a normal upbringing.
Mm.
Nah, jokes aside, though. Yeah, we'll get. Percy will just keep watch where Elise is taking the vaccine off the guy.
Okay. Do you utilize Koana and or Dima at all to help distract those inside the ship from a body bag that's much, now that it's filled, it's much more difficult to fold up and hide.
Mm.
I mean, I think that's probably a nicety just until everything is kind of put away.
Okay. Then someone go ahead and roll me a skill check for. We'll go ahead and just use Koana and call it a combination of the two of them, and go ahead and call her proficient and give her a +2 bonus, or a 2 bonus. Don't actually take the plus.
Mm.
That'll be the combined efforts of Koana and Dima, since her sheet is filled out. Who's gonna roll that?
Yes, I will. Just a skill check from Kawana.
Yeah, with the +2 bonus.
She already has a +2, or
Right, but sorry, on the with the +2 modifier
gotcha.
on top for normal. Okay. Yeah. With some quick instructions, her and Dima are easily able to hold the family's attention in a direction that even if they see movement from the corner of their eye and glance over, they're not likely to see it as easily. And so you've recovered Sage's body, delivered it to Poseidon. The family inside are unaware of what has transacted here. and then turn down the reward. Poseidon will remember this. I'm doing it right? That's the meme?
That is the meme.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
just
Yeah.
pulling something up.
Oh, is it? Oh, is that a meme? No, I thought it was just a joke that Ginger made once.
Oh,
Viral
no.
will remember
Well,
this.
No,
No,
it's a meme.
it's a Telltale Games thing. Something in
Yeah.
the corner just pops up like that.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Viral will remember this.
It's
Mm.
used to indicate that you've made a decision that the NPC is not going to forget and may help or hinder you
For
later.
real.
Okay. So, are we going for round 3 in the ship?
Yeah, is the plan now to go and address those zombies? I know that Douglas is itching for it. Well, Meowkin is at least.
I mean, it's not that he's itching for it. It's just that it's just the suspense, man. It's just like, you know,
We've had all this build-up of space zombies.
right? And it's like they could be anywhere. I just much prefer that we know where they are and hopefully
Yeah.
have them dead, and then hey,
hopefully
we don't need to
know
worry about them
they're not
anymore, and then
going to
we
be a
just
threat,
salvage,
Yeah.
right?
And you guys can see that I'm rolling dice, right? I forget. Does Roll20 show you when the GM has rolled dice?
No.
I don't think it shows us, but I think it does
Ah.
play the sound effect.
Nope.
Nah, I think
remember.
Forge, you can hear
Foundry
the
does
DM
then.
rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
Foundry, yeah.
Foundry
Yeah.
does
Foundry,
show
you can
like
see it as well, though. You
Yeah.
see, like, DM rolled some dice and just question marks on
Mhm.
what.
yeah,
Yeah.
Foundry makes it very clear. I forgot that Roll20 doesn't. Well, I will tell you then that the GM has rolled dice. Again,
Mm.
this is actually the fourth time
Concern.
GM has rolled dice.
Concern.
Concern indeed, yes. Should we head in and see if we can find them then? Because I do want to try and work out what's going on with these. You know, not that I want to go and fight them, but
Yeah, I suppose it would be better if we could get the drop on them at least, rather than stumbling into an encounter, and the first thing we know about it is when we get a bullet put through us.
mm.
Okay, extermination mission time then.
Okay.
Time to rip and tear.
Confront our terrorists.
I didn't hear that. What was that last part?
Jekyll, I think it was.
No, it was
Was that?
Meowkin something.
Okay.
Oh, I said confront our terrorists.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's go. And I guess we're looking for, like, there wouldn't be footprints and stuff, but a sign of recent activity, like what I spotted earlier.
Okay.
In fact, Joe, why don't we? How about this, guys? Why don't we head back to the big room with all the pods where we found the body, and then from there we'll travel because that's where we know he was, and where the zombies, quote unquote zombies, were. Does that sound like a plan?
It's a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's the plan then.
Okay. Um. You guys head back over to where you saw the stasis pods, the Exodus Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And well, let's see. Yeah, as you are approaching, let me move you here.
God. Okay, a second, guys. One of my kittens has just climbed up the clothes horse.
Blows horse. Fancy British words.
Hmm. Oh, I don't have enough strength for this.
Yep.
I am
Alright.
back.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, this looks alarmingly like a battle map. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Yeah, it does.
No idea what you're talking
What?
about. If you guys could put yourselves over here.
We weren't expecting any combat.
I don't know what you're seeing, but I am currently seeing just a bunch of boxes that might be cargo containers because we're about to search for some cargo. Come on.
That's
Yeah.
true. There are a bunch of loot boxes.
I was going to say, in
Yeah.
fairness, we can loot them, but I suspect we're going to have to deal with the Guardians of the Loot first.
Thank you.
About.
Jackal. Viral, if you could be in the 6 squares.
Oh, sure.
That's better.
It was just because I mentioned that Percy had been like at the front
Okay.
of the group, a little bit out in front.
Mhm.
But yeah,
This is the lucky one.
Is that
Okay.
the lucky one, is it?
That's the lucky one. Yeah. I numbered them. I rolled a 5. That's the one we want to open first.
That's an Amy Grant song, you know.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay. What did I say that was the song?
The lucky one.
Oh.
Mm.
Let's see.
Might be, Nox, might be. You guys are all preparing for combat, but here I am, just looking over the contents of a bunch of, boxes. Like, which box are they gonna open first? It's like gotcha.
Which box
gotcha.
contains the zombies?
oh god, it's gacha. I would rather have the fight.
Well, it is gotcha. It's the other gotcha. That was a bit of.
It's a gotcha, all right.
It's a gotcha, all right. Percy and
Gotcha.
Elise are. There's something wrong with this situation as you are walking up to it. One of the first things that you notice, Percy, is that there's the very slightest smear of a footstep, a mag boot, in a little half evaporated puddle of blood that wasn't there. You're certain it wasn't there when you were just here at the body earlier. Elise, terminal reflection is triggering.
Okay.
That's probably nothing.
What am I seeing?
You are seeing. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and send this to the token layer. You are seeing what you saw in that video, a decrepit looking, not quite zombie. There's no flesh like hanging off of it. Doesn't have bite marks, but it may as well be a zombie that simply hasn't been bitten or its flesh damaged. And your vision is dark except for where some precog magic is happening and highlighting out, like the boxes. Like you can tell that you actually can't see what's about to happen. The precog sense is working its magic, or maybe it's just precogging that there is a little burst of fire that opens up from a void carbine in this zombie's hands and streaks towards you and Percy.
So as I snap back to reality, I'll really quickly in a hushed tone to Percy warn him that there will be one person on the left.
Message nod.
This is enough to avoid a surprise round for your whole crew. Let's get Nox or John on there also.
Yeah.
And Libra.
Libra, right?
And Libra. Alright, I see John's on there. And Yeah, go ahead and continue to use these. Get a ruler out. These squares here.
I have no idea where Libra's thing is.
I'll move it.
Oh,
I
found
did
it.
it.
Got it.
Cool.
All right. So because he's alert, Percy is not surprised, and because Elise has terminal reflection, none of you are surprised.
Okay.
Let me put the combat tracker up, because you certainly can try to negotiate and use diplomacy on this thing, but it's going to be firing at you while you do that.
Yeah, no, Percy already said on the way in, until we see any signs of intelligence, shoot first and ask questions later.
Mhm.
Yeah. Doubly so, probably, if they're shooting at us first.
I gotta say, that
Yeah.
sounds like their MO already, so turnabout's fair play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going last then.
And, yeah, god damn it, I get to roll twice for initiative, I got 6 and 5. Fantastic.
Go ahead and
Just gonna pop that.
I'll edit you to 6. Actually, I'll edit you to 6.1.
So I'll roll for posterity's sake to put me on the tracker, but yeah.
Yeah, top anyway.
Well, I didn't know
Yeah.
that before I popped
didn't know that.
power.
Yeah. Their initiative
written
score is
in it.
treated. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying it's written in such a way that
Yeah.
I can't
have to do it
roll and go,
first.
actually,
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Just
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Their initiative score is treated as one better than anyone else involved in the scene because they've rolled one better than anyone else involved in the scene.
yeah.
Well, let me do that properly then. I was gonna make it 7.1.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. You've already seen that this thing is firing at you without provocation.
Mhm.
At least you're up.
We'll move this way, shift over, so that way someone else can maybe take cover behind that.
As you pass by there,
Mhm.
see another one.
Okay. Well, I will use the Mu-Tech laser rifle, which I don't know if it does anything special or not. At least I haven't added that onto its stats, but I'll fire a burst at that front one.
Okay.
+1 attack and damage.
Yeah.
And then whatever else it does.
All right, that's going to hit. Let me make sure I set up these guys' sheets correctly. I did. All right. So, oh, hang on. I did. Excellent. And
Burst is three ammo, right?
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
You'll
like
see
it already
it-
did it.
Well, it'll show what your new ammo is, but it won't actually deduct it. from the
Right.
weapon.
Yeah.
It'll tell you what you should set.
It'll basically tell you, yeah, pretty much, which is
Yeah.
kind of weird if you ask me, but
It is, but at least it tells you.
like if you can do that, you think they could tell it to automatically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Okay. Your burst from the Mutek actually scores right into the zombie. It doesn't. Sorry, the zombie. It doesn't appear to be actively trying to avoid, and it does squeeze the trigger, releasing a couple of void carbine shots as Elise passes. That not mechanically an attack, just part of the narrative. It's exhibiting a behavior of it's not scared of you and it's going to kill you.
Mhm.
Your laser does score a scorching line through its clothes and into flesh.
Okay, cool. I got kicked out of Roll20.
Oh, let's go.
Percy.
Yeah. I think I will hold my position where I am. Is this a good enough line of sight to shoot the front quote unquote zombie?
Um, I'm gonna give it near total cover, but that is only a plus or a -4 to your attack.
Oh.
You can still hit it because it is still moving forward, and you can hug that wall, but the sight line that you have from there is very small. And keep in mind, I don't think I've actually told you this before. You do not have to stay in squares. In fact, I hope the grid is off.
It is. There's a visible grid, but there's no
Right.
snapping.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. Right.
So you can move to any reasonable part, space that you want.
Some have caught at the grid this
Okay.
grid.
I'm still not very familiar with Stars Without Rumble combat mechanics. Can I move fire and then use the rest of my move part of
No.
my speed? Oh no. Okay.
No, it's a move and an action. Sometimes an action can be completed in the middle of a move, but attacking is not one of them. Very explicitly, attacking is not one of them.
Okay, so you can move then shoot, or you can shoot then move.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that was a good enough angle for Elise to not have any penalties, then I am going to move forward in the hopes that I can also mitigate the penalties.
Yeah. You both will have cover against their attacks, but suffer no penalties on yours.
Okay, that works. And I can't remember actually. Did I mention earlier when you said that we could go back and trade out weapons from the armory?
Yeah, if you prefer to be equipped with a mag weapon, I'm not going to hold against you that you as a player didn't remember a month ago.
Fair. No, I can't remember if I said it at the time or not, but I was picking up a mag rifle at that point.
Okay.
And I had that readied, as well as the thunder gun. I have enough slots for that.
Okay.
Why is there 2 copies of the mag rifle
Wow.
on my?
Thunder gun and a mag rifle both readied at once, and other things.
Yeah.
That's 4 encumbrance readied. I've only got 3 total, and 2 of that's going on the flipping suit.
Strength is not a dump stat.
Yeah.
Strength is not. Yeah.
This is why I always dump con.
Yeah.
It's an argument that I make whenever somebody in Star's Discord is like, I don't like the encumbrance system, I just get rid of it. I'm like, then what is strength for then?
Yeah, the encumbrance is kind of important.
It is. I like this encumbrance system. It's so
Well, it's certainly better than D&D.
yeah.
By 5th edition.
Yeah.
5th edition, I semi-drop it.
Yeah, this encumbrance system does
tedious.
exactly what I want. It's simple, it's plain numbers, and it's meaningful. It creates meaningful choices.
Well, I like that you have the stone ready versus stone too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we've got that out the way, can I make my attack roll,
You
please?
sure can. What? Which weapon are you attacking with?
The mag rifle.
Okay. Didn't roll it. That is definitely going to hit. Which one were you attacking? The one that.
The one at the front, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pew!
Do that and. Why isn't there a question mark on this?
Mhm.
Oh, you mean on the names? The space zombie?
Oh no. On the icons that you put over
It
them.
like questionably dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
Yeah,
roll 20
that-
icons
like-
are terrible.
Like you said question mark, that's immediately where I was going. Like, okay, it's down, but we don't know.
Yeah, I could add icons to it. There's an option to upload icons into the game. I just
Hmm,
I
haven't.
should,
yeah.
I should really do that sometime because the default ones are absolutely terrible. I don't know what
Oh,
they're
yeah.
supposed to be, what system they're supposed to be for.
I don't even know.
Angela.
So I'm going to take over narrative for this because these guys are a little bit special.
Mm-hmm.
Your mag rifle shot is on point. It's not quite a headshot. You're not. I'm taking that narrative from you. You're not quite trained to think, ooh, zombie headshot. There's still a lot of reflexive combat training that goes into center of mass.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the bullet, the mag propelled bullet, crashes into and through this zombie's chest. You have obliterated whatever heart was in there, and it is still walking forward.
Until now, yes. Until right now, when it's still walking forward.
It appears to be ignoring that. Do stop me if I'm narrating anything that you don't think would happen, but Percy and Elise fire off a couple of more rounds at this thing as it's approaching. No need to subtract any ammo. And with several more well-placed shots piercing through and turning its chest cavity, well, its chest into a cavity. One of those shots finally snaps something in this whatever it is that slows it, and it looks at you, its eyes rolling between the two of you, but the rest of its body stops moving. While this is going on, the those bullets are streaking past this zombie over here that has just started running. Let's see.
Away from
Towards us or away from us?
Away from you.
Okay. That's a positive.
Well, it depends. It might be going to get the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to see that thing in my face.
Mm.
Let's see. And I don't feel like dealing with mag boots slow down, so we're not going to be dealing with mag boots slowing people down.
And Lord knows we've had plenty of practice in the past couple months.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I think that's right. Why is there still a 7.8 on my screen? What is going on with that? I can move to 7. Okay. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, the seven. I hit escape while I was moving and tracking its movement, its distance, and now the 7.8 waypoint is still on my screen and it won't go away.
Ah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna try flipping to another map and see if that kills it. Oh no, it's on the ship map now. Excellent. All right, that's just there for the rest of my
It's
life.
there forever. Yep. Probably go away next time you try and move a token.
So yes, mechanically, no extra rounds fired. That was narrative to indicate that these are not just flesh and blood humans that Center Mass will automatically kill, but something you did was effective. Why don't you both roll me a shoot wisdom skill check?
I don't think this applies for the gunslinger sniper thing.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'll give it
It's
to you.
for target shooting specifically. Yeah, never mind.
No, I'll give it to you.
Oh, okay. I'll take an extra d6.
Yeah,
Hot damn.
Percy, you've got a general idea of where to aim. It's vaguely center massed, but a little bit higher than normal. Elise,
Mm-hmm.
the shot that finally severed its complete control of limbs looks like it basically separated the brain from the rest of the body. A shot through the spinal column high up. Looks like it went right through its sternum and just broke its neck with a bullet.
Yeah.
That's why I was giving you the sniper bonuses, because that is target shooting.
It's the
Mechanically, you guys won't have to do that. They'll still go down at however many hit points they have.
Somewhere between 7 and 20.
Somewhere between 7
Yeah.
and 20.
That's
All
quite
right.
a big range.
Base zombie has gone. John.
Easy to forget I'm muted. Let's do just a little bit of scouting.
Elise and Percy did see it book it down this way and then go that way. Can you guys see this arrow?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Behind 5.
Yep. It turned right behind 5.
What's the range of these squares?
Each square should be 1 meter.
Okay. So would that be 10 squares?
Yeah.
Squares too.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 meters. Right, yeah. Sorry, I think I got myself confused with another game that I play in. I don't know how.
Okay.
Jackal, do you use 1 meter squares?
not all the time, but most of the time.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna move. What is it? We get 10 meters of movement. I forget.
Yes, you do.
Do you have mouse and keyboard, or are you on your phone?
I have mouse and keyboard.
Okay, I was gonna say if you pick up your token and press Q, it'll bring up a little measure thing, and then you can tap Q to make waypoints.
Actually, they made it
Okay.
easier now. If you pick it up with your mouse, you can just right click. And
right, I forgot about the
right-click for
right click.
waypoints.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, it only shows the animation to other people, not yourself.
Yeah. For you, it shows
Yeah.
as an immediate movement. For everyone else, they get the animation, and if you put a lot of waypoints in, it can take a while.
Yeah, and it's so weird that they decided that you don't get to see the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. But hey, at least my 7.8 is still on the screen. All right, Douglas.
We'll move up there to hopefully, cut them off in the future.
Okay. I should give it to you. You're far enough up that you can see. It would be a almost full cover shot, so -4 to your attack, but you could attack that.
I don't think I can attack that.
That was that attitude.
Yeah, I mean, you just lean around and you hit like that. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's running at the same time as John is, so it's you may even catch it out in the hallway, but it's still got the
I can
-4.
if I roll like a fucking god.
Oh damn!
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you have it.
13.
That hits it.
Pew pew.
Alright, let's roll its hit points. And take off John's damage there. Like with before, that a bullet goes crashing through its body. Does not seem to really affect that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you can change the name as well, if it is.
Douglas.
Boy howdy, I don't like the gunfight portion. I don't know if I necessarily really want to throw a grenade in this room.
No. Yeah. Throwing a grenade would be a really easy way to find out whether the cargo is explosives or not.
Do we have any?
Not find out.
Yeah. Was there any issue pushing past other people in this or not?
Nope.
There's not, is there? Okay.
Enemies will block you. Your allies will never will.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, my main thought is I just want to make sure I'm not in the way. I guess I'll move forward.
I mean, I don't even mind if you guys are kind of stacked up, not completely stacked, but within the same. Your pogs can be overlapping.
Actually, let's do this instead.
Yeah. Get the
Okay,
cover.
then let me see. It's been a while. I can delay my, but that's until the end of the round, isn't it? Can you not do that and move? You can't move and hold delay, can you?
No.
Anyway, that's
Delays and holds in stars are a little bit different. The hold requires a move action and uses your main action later. And delay.
I think it's only one, right? Is there a hold and a delay?
There actually is a delay, yeah. I can't.
Anyways, I don't really want to
I
dash
get it.
forward, but I'm obviously not gonna in a sightline to actually make a shot at anything.
Okay.
So, but so long as I'm not actually like blocking the actual shooting people, I'm fine. I'll let that in my turn here.
No, I think I'm thinking worlds, and I'm.
Maybe it's just a hold. I think you're. Maybe it is the.
It's just hold, yeah. And I'm not ready to make a ruling on the spot as to whether world's delay action can be brought over. I think I like it just being hold, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to give too many options. Because then you just get. Well, I'm being serious. That you don't want like that decision paralysis.
Yeah, especially with initiative changing things, or not changing things, but initiative manipulation. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So is Douglas doing anything there?
Nah. If I had some instant panels, I would set those up, but I don't have those.
Okay.
Of course, those actually take minutes, don't they?
They do. They're supposed to, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, nobody's been hit. I don't think I can't get there. Yeah. I think pretty much just move to like the middle of this storage thing. so that I can see everyone again.
Okay.
And just keep watching.
Alrighty.
No, nobody's been hit. So there's no medical things to do yet. I can't get anywhere that can provide more view than we already have. So
Libra.
I mean, Knox.
Yeah, Nux.
I'm muted. I was muted every time.
yep.
Not having
You did
much
all
luck
along.
today, are you?
I'm using a physical switch to mute and unmute myself.
Hmm.
But yeah, what I said was Libra is going to follow after the shot to hopefully put a backup shot into the thing.
Okay.
Is this also at -4?
Yeah, this is also a -4.
I just wanted to put it in up here. That's not going to do it.
That hits.
Yes,
Oh, wait,
Zombies
sorry.
have bad AC.
Did you include the -4? Yes, you did.
I did.
Yeah,
Yep.
Damn.
zombies have bad AC.
That hits and blows an entire half of its torso out. It is missing its lung and its hearts now. Or hearts. It's one
Hearts.
lung and its heart.
Wow. So now we have multiple hearts.
Yeah. Zombie Time Lords, obviously.
Well, you have to have multiple hearts for 4 legs. Sorry.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Centaurs do.
Mm.
Do they though?
I do.
That does not seem to have fully incapacitated it.
Okay. 12 to 20 then.
Elise.
Well, seeing as that one is there, I kind of want to just fan out a little bit, so I guess I'll move my way down that way.
Okay.
So, and kind of just peer around the corner. Do I see anything down this hall?
You do not.
Then I will just complete my movement by moving one more. No, I'll stay where I'm at. Better just stay in cover in case something pops around the corner. Then, yeah, if I see anything, I guess I'll just hold, but otherwise...
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Alright. I'm going to roll a couple more things here real quick. I shouldn't have actually switched off of Elise's turn. We'll see how this interacts. So
I was going to say, that's exactly what you want to hear the GM saying at the start of your turn.
that,
Just rolling some more dice, don't worry about it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I,
he's just putting all the other space zombies on the tracker.
Now should I throw a
don't-
grenade?
I don't like that 8.
No, I don't like that.
I mean, who does?
Dex.
The
maybe.
zombie, the zombies that it's
Yeah.
time to, I assume.
Yeah, the zombie that rolled it.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, Dex, my question to you is this: these capsule things that are kind of like blocking your sight and providing cover and stuff. How tall are they roughly?
Looks like they are. Actually, I've got this in my notes. Give me a second. Let's see. To this bay. Percy doesn't know this exact number, but I'm going to give it to you
Okay.
for context.
Okay.
320 meters.
Okay.
You're not getting on top of that.
Yeah, no, there goes my plan.
This is
Tell us the next time how it lasted, though.
this is floor to wall stasis tubes.
Okay, right. Hmm. Are the
Of
ends
note,
of
these also, I don't know, can you see that ping? These walls also are not really walls, they're stasis tubes.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay,
There are no walls, only tubes.
okay.
The ship is
Um,
a series of tubes.
That's the internet,
Are
silly.
are the ends of the
Yeah.
tubes like? Are they glass all the way around, or is it metal at the ends, or what?
No, it's
Basically,
metal.
what?
Think of like a morgue where you push the
Yeah.
corpse in and out, except
Mhm.
the entire drawer is barely big enough to fit the corpse into, and
Yeah.
they're packed right next to each other and right on top of each other.
Hmm.
Okay, good. That's what I was hoping you would say. Can I, since I am wearing, mag boots, would it be possible for me to go up a bit above head height, like just walk up the wall up to a height of, we'll say about 3 meters, so I can get a better vantage point and potentially see further.
Percy over here playing 3D chess on corpses.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no reason that you can't climb up these. They are the tubes themselves aren't great for mag stability, but they are bounded
Mhm.
by structural support that are. So
Excellent.
Percy just has to be a little more careful of where he steps, but he can do that.
Excellent. Yeah, in that case, I would like to spend, let's say, half my movement moving round to the equivalent of here, and the rest of it going up. So I want to be like 3-ish meters off the ground, or the surface that we are currently referring to as ground.
Mhm.
And with that extra vantage, I want to sweep my light around to see if I can see anything. And I'll hold my actual action for if anything comes within mag rifle range, it's getting mag rifled.
Okay. Just to clarify the mechanics for you, that won't be holding an action per the hold action mechanic, but
Oh, okay.
not using your main action does allow you to make a snap attack, which is
Okay,
a
right, yeah,
regular
yeah.
attack at -4.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep, I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right.
Again, sorry, I'm still getting used to the sort of mechanical
Oh
intricacies
no,
of stars.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Incidentally, with my better vantage point, do I actually see anything? Like, does my light reach far enough to see anything that I couldn't from ground level?
Well, technically, the zombie was supposed to go before you, so
Oh fuck.
You can see the bullets coming at you.
Yeah.
I'm going to twist the initiative just this round so that this zombie is coming into view after Percy has moved into his position, and that puts him there and puts him on the token layer there. So this zombie has come into view after Percy has moved. Because of the space-time shenanigans, I'm not going to penalize either of you with a snap attack penalty if you want to fire on
Okay.
him.
I would quite like to fire on him, yes.
Okay.
Or her, or it, or whatever pronoun the space zombie uses.
Let's
Yep.
go with them.
Its pronouns are still going to be dead and corpse.
Yes.
How's that?
That is going to hit. Let me roll their hit points. Yeah. Oh, that splatters. Having seen the example of the previous zombie, and you as a player know what you're fighting up against here. You go ahead and tell me how this happens.
Yeah, I think Percy just he was firing at the center of mass before because that is what you do generally, and then he saw Elise like going for the spine severing shots and disabling the creature that way. So he went, okay, I'll clear up, get a better vantage point. Oh, there's another one. Raises the mag rifle. Takes a moment to line up the shot because the zombie is just stumbling into view and doesn't seem to have noticed him. So he sort of tracks its movement to make sure that he's got the right shot, and then bang, severs the spine on the first shot.
Okay.
Just very calm, ice cold marksmanship.
Now, again, because of the initiative mix-up, I am going to give it a shot. If I had moved it appropriately, it would have had that shot anyways.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I hope that doesn't feel
Yeah.
unfair. It misses anyways.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it rolled a 6 -1.
Yes.
I don't think that's hitting.
It's
Yeah, no, I'm on AC 15 with my armored vac suit, so I'm fine.
it's not the most coordinated. And you could see that when the other one was running, it has a bit of jank to its movements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's not like intuitive body control.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
imagine we both fire about the same time, but
Oh, yeah.
because I was just a second faster, as it's falling back, its shot goes haywire.
Oh, that's perfect. All right, let's bring this baby out. And I believe there are some ready shots as it comes around the corner, aren't there? Let's see. Well, this is a new turn, so Libra could.
Snapshots.
Yeah, Libra could take a what's it called? Snap attack if you want her to. Nox. So could John if you want him to.
Sure.
Both those are at -4 to a hit. Did John get one of the Mutek laser rifles? No. he didn't.
No.
No, I think Doug was carrying the third one, right?
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
was just carrying for this. I mean, he could have it. I mean, I was just saying I'll mule it. It does seem like if John doesn't have one, he should have one.
That does hit. It's not going to kill it though. So go ahead and roll with Libra if you want her to. Oh, that's not gonna hit.
No, that's a nat one.
Oh damn, Libra, are you okay?
I was gonna say if a 4 hits, these aren't zombies. These are billboards.
Yeah.
Okay. It finishes its movement and takes a shot at Libra. Oh,
Oh shit.
I think that hits her.
Mm.
Yeah, armored vac suit. I doubt she has +4 dexterity.
Well, she doesn't actually need the armored vac suit.
Of
That is
course, of course, of course.
Built-in armor that's better, right?
I believe she's a 16, right, Nox?
Yeah. Looks like
And also
16
no
on the
need
sheet.
for a vac suit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
That probably looks super weird for the humans. It's like we're all in vac suits and Libra's just like they're looking like a human and not in a vac suit.
Helen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that is some case of food poisoning that she's got.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That one's dead already. Did you mark the damage for Libra there?
Did Libra take damage prior to this, or did she just not regain health from the last time we were in?
Guessing it was some carryover.
I think it was some carryover. She can have been
From the
repaired.
Okay. I'll put her at 11.
No, she should be.
Oh,
13,
her.
13, right?
She's taking 2 damage from the knife fight. I think she took some shock damage from the knife fight.
Right.
Yeah.
repair
No,
that.
she should be at 13 though, because her max is 20.
Yeah, on the sheet it said that she was at 18, which is why I asked.
Yeah, no, go ahead and clear that up. So put her at 13. And apparently I need to fix her token so that her hit points on the token are linked to the sheet. Good to know. I'll address that later. It is John's turn. And at this point,
Using a snap attack means that you lose your regular attack, correct?
yes, it does.
Yeah.
All right.
Snap attack takes your main.
At this point, I'm gonna put the rest of them on the map. You have some idea. Those of you that can see at least one of them have some idea where the others are, just by them communicating with each other.
Oh.
So you're not completely blind as to, or not communicating, but looking and coordinating visually.
Interesting.
119 is going to back up some to give Libra a place to back into.
Okay. All right, Douglas.
How far can I throw a grenade again?
10 meters.
There's not any issues with shrapnel on a frag and a vacuum, right?
Surely not.
In fiction there would be, but I'm not going to be dealing with the
Yeah.
mechanics of that. No.
Let's see, but that's probably still.
I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, I'd have to move, be out in the open, wouldn't I?
Looks like you would. Yeah.
Is it worth it to finally use a grenade? I feel like it is. I know y'all said don't, but I'm going to. Because those two over there are looking awful grenadey.
Yeah.
Is that actually
right
in
the
range?
middle of them? I mean, it depends where you measure from. You can what's the range on a grenade?
I've only used a grenade like once ever. Let's see.
Let me see if it should have.
Everything within 5 meters.
Okay.
Now, here's a question. Is that including diagonals? Is that a circle or is that a...
Let me back you up a little bit. The range is actually 10/30, so you can throw them 30 meters with a -2 penalty. And knowing that you only need to hit an AC 10 with a grenade in any case, you could go back to cover if you want.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, Libra, watch out. Just around the corner. Yeah, let's see. Now, do you want to measure? I mean, that guy would probably have full cover from there, wouldn't he? But I could still catch these two.
Yeah. They both have cover, which will affect their saving throw also.
Yeah, that should be. So, but were you saying? So you're saying it'll still damage them, or?
It would still damage them.
All 3?
No, you're only gonna get 2 no matter what.
Okay.
If you're here, if you're here, you'll get those 2 without cover.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. And then, of course, obviously, if I miss, then it'll scatter anyways. Let's see then. How does this work? Roll the grenade. Turn off edit my sheet. Frag grenade. Oh, and -2. I didn't add that. Doesn't matter.
That's fine. It looks like you hit right where you're going for. And
So whatever 1 and 5 do when they get exploded. No.
let's roll
I'm
this
sure
one
that
hit
I'm sure the
dice.
numbers aren't relevant.
Wow. All right.
And then of course that was the -2, I think, on there. Save.
All right. -2 on a save. Well,
Yeah.
it's
Skills of penalty. Any saving throw allowed.
half damage, right? If they succeed.
Yes,
half
think
damage.
so.
So this one is gone no matter what.
Evasion save for half damage. Yes.
Dead.
And then one less. Well, they don't have my AC above 14, so that's not an issue.
Right.
Nice.
And this one.
How do those dice roll? 2, 6,
Say.
and 4.
And they still haven't programmed in a way to penalize saves, despite the numerous things that penalize saves. I'll keep asking. Or that affect saves.
Whoops.
Either way, that one fails and takes full damage. Frag's shrapnel goes flying, piercing through it, severing parts of its arm. Or, well, not severing parts of its arm, but, spearing through things that you would think would be necessary for the function. When you see it, it will not be moving its arms under muscle power.
What a weird thing to say.
As those muscles will be just kind of dangling loosely out in the open, shredded.
Hmm.
All right, Elise, were you setting up? You had a hold action, or?
I was just, if someone was going to round the corner, just shoot at them. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They've
Does
not
this
seen you
technically count
that
as a
far.
snap attack?
Huh?
Does this technically count as a snap attack?
It does.
Okay.
Are you using that the fancy new tech laser rifle?
I am.
So there's a little kind of sensory feedback as Elise is bringing the weapon up for a quick burst, an unaimed snap, and you can spend a system strain to negate the snap attack penalty.
Huh.
Hmm.
That actually makes a lot of sense too.
There's definitely some psi tech going on in there. It's not just using tactile sensations to vibrate your body into discomfort.
I will take it nonetheless.
Okay.
What do I need systems trained for? I'm not gonna die. I'll just add one there and fire off another burst down the corridor.
Woo!
Didn't even need the.
Nope.
I wanted it for the damage.
Nice. Also, hey, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. All right. Wow. So it's hanging on by a thread.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include the +1 damage for Mutek?
Did that?
I did not include the +1 damage.
Oh, it
I wasn't
dies.
sure what the special stats were. What are the special stats
Nice.
so I can add it on to the sheet?
It's +1 to hit and damage.
Okay. Attack bonus.
And then of course
2
laser rifles have a
damage.
+1 inherent
Yes.
on attack. And then burst is another +2. They really start to add up.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all these bonuses and then looking at
There we go. Now
Daph's
it's
sheet,
fixed.
and it's like Volta +0.
Like, your bolter at
Oh,
least
yeah.
should be a +1 to hit.
Yeah, it's a Bolter has a +1 to hit, and then a +1 attack bonus, and then a -2 because I don't have shoot. So
Okay,
overall
yep.
0.
All right, which zombie is left? Oh, this one over here. Is everything else dead? Yup. Oh no, I've got 2 left.
You got
Okay,
2 left.
good.
I was going to say, isn't this one still alive?
Yeah, it is.
Or this one, depending on what you're looking at?
Alright, this one hustles across and stops just short. Actually, yeah. And that brings us back to Libra. There's one zombie in view with cover. Oh, and this zombie, as they were running across, that's when you saw their dangly muscle.
Dangly muscle.
Dangly muscle. Are you muted, Nox?
I was. But, simple turn. It's going to fire a shot at this individual,
Okay.
and then Libra is going to move into cover.
All right. And because I'm not using full squares, I just want to let you do this for you. Libra can be in cover basically like this.
Okay.
So you
Stack
don't
up
have
on the edge of that.
Yeah, you don't have to try and go all the way to a different square for her to have cover. It's not like Doug is peering it around the corner with his laser rifle pressed against the wall. Yeah.
You mean my grenade?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Do they have a grenade launcher? Yeah, so I guess that's what I need to look into. I'm definitely
Yeah.
making a grenade launcher if they don't have it. Oh, I guess that wouldn't use a clear
Nice.
set now, wouldn't it? I'll still make one.
I think you still had the -4 in there.
Yep.
No, cover's only -2. Normal cover's only -2.
Oh, well.
So that hits even more.
13?
Does it make a difference?
No, it doesn't. That kills it. There's
Kills it again.
kills it again. There's a big.
I was going to say, for a given definition of kill, it's already a zombie. Question mark.
There's a big
Yeah.
searing hole where its neck and nerves and spine used to be. We're gonna finish out the next round. Das, you do have a turn here if you want to do anything.
Yeah, I'm guessing the med kit and stuff is not going to be super useful for Libra, right? I'm guessing that's going to be repair stuff rather than
Right.
yeah.
I believe it takes 15 minutes with a unit of spare parts to repair Libra.
Right. Okay.
This whole ship
Either
med
way,
kit
that's
for
probably
Libra.
not a thing for right now. So
Right.
yeah, no, I don't think I've got anything.
Okay.
We're surrounded by Libra med kits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elise.
Salvage them.
Alrighty. Well, we'll go ahead and. Well, she doesn't really know where they are other than hearing gunfire, I presume. So.
Nope, not hearing gunfire, but you do have communications from other crew that could have said, bogey traveling south. You would have oriented a compass point for purposes of travel and communication. So, yeah, you can vaguely know where it is on the board. Elise doesn't know exactly where it is, but enough to get into a position.
Yeah, so I think she just maneuvers around until eventually, on one hand she's out of movement, on the other hand she has spotted the enemy.
Okay.
And that'll be her entire turn.
872.
Yeah, I think. No, the area is dark. I was going to hope that, because the light passing might have seen the shadow of this thing casting down in this direction. No, okay, it's about to come there. But there's no way he would know that because it's dark and it's just light beams.
Yes.
So I guess what Percy's going to do is
He at least knows that it
move-
was traveling down this way.
Yeah. Okay. See, he doesn't know that if he jumped across to the opposite thing, then he could probably move to the end and get a shot lined up on it. So what he's going to do instead is just move towards the end of this and just train his sights on the junction and wait for it to pass by.
Okay.
And then when it doesn't go for a snap attack, probably.
Well, it is its turn again, and it does move to here and peek around
That's
the
other one,
corner.
isn't it?
It has seen Elise, and it looks like it is going to go for some cover. Percy, do you want to take your shot while it has cover, or are you going to try and wait for a more opportune moment? Sorry, are you going to snap attack while it has cover, or are you going to wait for a more opportune moment?
I'm going to show off. I mean, I'm going to preempt it and make sure that Elise doesn't get shot.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
So this is with a minus what modifier?
-6.
cover? -6.
Yeah.
I'm feeling bold.
Yeah. You're feeling bold with a nat
And
one.
also I have this.
Yes.
I was thinking that might come into play.
Yep.
Yes.
Gots.
And
You
also
you have
I
a
have
minus
this, so that's
six,
max damage.
and
Yeah.
yeah, you have a -6, and your modifier is still positive.
Just warrior things.
Yeah,
I just realised
yeah.
that was a nat 1 that I rolled.
Exactly.
Look, I rolled a nat 1 with a -6 modifier added to it, and I still wound up higher than 1. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
But yeah,
splatters it.
I use Big Fun Gun, so that's going to be
21
21
damage.
damage.
Jesus.
Do you want to describe the mess of flesh and bullet that results from this?
Yeah, I see it lining up a shot on Elise, and my first attempt to shoot it doesn't go so well, so Percy just unloads hell into it with the mag rifle, and I feel like it's doing well if there's anything left of it above about shoulder height.
Yeah, it is
Drop from a camera detail, however, there's an arm just floating through the, very gently twisting in zero gravity.
There is,
And the other
Well, the-
head, arm, and top of torso is just pulp.
Yeah. The muscles were already severed, right? Was that this one?
yes, that was
So,
this one.
It probably wouldn't take much to knock the rest of the arm off. Yeah.
What's notable about this? I'm going to have both Percy and Elise roll a wisdom notice check as both of your lights flash across this. Is
Sure.
some of those shots as Percy unloads legitimately sever the arm, separate bone, femur, bicep bone. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Mm.
Tibia?
Yeah.
Yeah, arm bone.
I feel what are the arm bones? I forget.
I don't know, but separate
Yeah,
It's ulna
Not
and
important
your
for the
arm
description.
most.
Is the fibula?
separate
Uh-huh.
arm bone from collarbone, and there's
just said what it
still
was.
some kind of force that is allowing it to hold on to its gun. It's not until Percy hits that control severing spinal point, which you can explore later, but is basically separating the brain nerves from the body nerves.
The
Humorous.
spinal cord.
It is
Yeah,
very humorous. Yeah. And that the arm finally detaches and floats away, dribbling a viscous blackish, red, brownish fluid. It is still a fluid. There is some semblance of blood inside of that. Elise, what you see in addition to this is the faintest glow. It's hard to describe aside from there is a ball of light inside the light of your flashing vac suits.
I see.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So, just to clarify my understanding here, the arm separated, but it was still holding the gun, and then when the head was separated from the body, that's when the arm let go?
Yep. That's when the body let go of the arm.
Right. Huh.
So the arm was not moving with the power of muscles.
The arm was definitely not moving with the power of muscles.
Space magic.
And that glow, I'll describe a little bit better for you there, Jackal. It's not just like, there's a light bulb inside of its head. It's more like there's some a mote of light, and if light had a physical form, then that physical form has been shattered into 1,000 little grains of light that scatter throughout that little section of this Exodus Bay and wink out one by one.
We solved your space zombie puzzle.
Did you?
Well, I think we killed the space zombies, and now we've got.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh look, it was 6 of them.
There was 6 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
I don't think that means we can assume there aren't any more, but
Yeah,
there might
there
not
were
be more.
only 6 with guns that we know of.
Yes. I assume all 6 of these had guns and boots.
They did.
Okay.
And there were no spider centaurs or anything. No.
And we are at the end of our session.
No one-legged ones hopping around somehow.
Nope, no one-legged.
No. I guess it'd be hard to do that in Zero G. You push off to jump, and now you're in the ceiling.
Yeah.
We're at the end of our session. I'll give you a couple minutes here to, because we did get a little bit of a late start also, so I don't want to deprive you, to gather, to share some thoughts on what you just experienced and encountered, so that it's we can get that while it's still fresh in your heads.
I don't think Das saw most of it.
I mean, we were only partly joking about. I mean, it's like the space zombie thing's kind of a joke, but they surely behaved like zombies
Yeah.
of the space variety.
Yeah,
The whole
We are in
running
space.
towards you with the heart blown out.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Like, I thought it was maybe what people with ancient tech that meant they didn't have to breathe in vacuum suits, and maybe the one who shot him was just staggering about because they just woke up from like however many hundreds of years nap. But no, that last one was definitely still holding onto the gun until I took its spine out. So there's something deeply weird going on with these people, things, whatever they are.
Surely there can't just be 6 of them. This place is huge.
Well, it depends. It would. If it was something that came here and possessed the bodies, there could absolutely only be 6 of them.
Great.
Which would fit with the light thing.
Does
That's
Elise
something that
share about the
possessed
light
the-
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. I
She
assume we're moving on
does
to
not
the
have the
steam.
words to maybe describe it very accurately, but she does her best to
Well, you've
describe
got
what she saw.
vac suit recorders.
Yeah.
You could try and show the show what the whatever the vac suit picked up.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way that she'd go about it.
Aw. There's no indication of any light or glow on the vac suit recorder.
God fucking damn it.
Thanks, man.
So now she just looks crazy. Like, I swear, guys.
I mean, if we hadn't just seen what we'd seen of them moving around as they were,
Yeah.
that's like, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, you're just crazy. But it's like, but
Why
what
doesn't
if?
anybody ever believe me?
Yeah, no, I believe it. Those things were moving weird.
Well, now that they're dead, we can at least maybe take more time to search and strip this place for what we can.
True. Although I do think, since it looks like this was where they were all being kept, I guess we should look. We should look for open drawers here just to see if there's any, like, if there's more than
I
six.
guess we should. Yeah, we should also
close the drawers
maybe try to
again,
figure.
but
I mean, see if they were up to anything. Like, what were they trying to do? You know.
Mm.
You do see an open door over here on 2. It's the same one that you saw Sage open.
Okay, so it's just the one drawer that's open.
Well, in this section.
Okay.
This Exodus Bay is massive. In addition to being 320 meters tall, the Exodus Bay itself is 800 meters long and 600 meters wide. It is the bulk of this ship. Your characters will discover that over the coming explorations, but yeah, this little section here is barely a fraction of the Exodus Bay.
So what? Hang on. What did you do? 800 by 600 by
600.
320-ish.
Hit big.
It's big.
Yeah.
Now, I guess here's the question though: did you math it out to make sure that it actually does hold millions of stasis pods?
Oh, it does.
I think that might be
It does.
what Das is calculating, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we conservatively assume that a pod is 2 cubic meters, it's almost certainly going to be smaller than that. Give it another cubic meter for the hallway, and you're looking at 50 million in this room.
That's not. Yeah.
A lot
So
of people.
I'll give you
Why not?
a little bit more. Go ahead and give me a. I'll let you use program for this, and definitely intelligence.
Okay. I'm guessing it's not hacking.
It's not hacking, no.
No.
This is Das puzzling through something here.
But is
So-
math if not another puzzle?
I'm making some more assumptions about the some pre-tech construction techniques, and storage and stacking and how tightly packed they were. Das could reasonably estimate, and I'll give this to you now if you want to say it now. Let's say that she saw that this was room 1 of however many it needs to be for this number to be correct.
Okay.
This Exodus Bay will hold 500 million people.
Wow.
Whew. Okay. Yeah. That's. I mean, the 3 cubic meters per was absolutely an estimate. It's probably less than that. Probably by about at least twice. At least half of that. Maybe more. And you only need a factor of 10 on my initial estimate to get to that. So, 3 rooms like this, and each pod is only a third of the size that I estimated. Then yeah. And the size I estimated is like, a standard human height plus a bit, and a square meter to stand in.
We thought it was cubic.
So it's probably smaller than that if they're properly packed in.
Anyway,
So,
big.
yeah, big. Lots of people. Lots of people.
Yeah,
Lots,
Percy's
lots,
just
and
Percy
lots.
just kind of tuned out the conversation a little bit at this point because he's mostly wondering, like, could we pull out these pods and look at some of these quote unquote normal people, like the ones that didn't get pulled out and turned into zombies or whatever?
Mm.
And I mean, who knows
So we-
what if anything they've got in there with them?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Can we do
there's
any
plenty
sort
of other stuff to.
like a heal check or something to see if there's any medical difference between the zombies and the other people?
We can. In 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we pull any of them out, Percy is going to insist on standing there with a mag rifle pointed at their head, finger on the trigger, ready to pull it if they so much as twitch.
Yep. Okay.
I'm gonna put one last detail out there so that I don't forget it next time.
Mm-hmm.
One of I think I may have I don't remember if I narrated it. Blowing their brains off was also not sufficient to sever control.
Huh. So the neck was, but the brain. It's not the. It's not the connection to the brain.
Yep.
Huh.
Now, if you blew up their entire brain, that works. But you know, if a mag shot or a laser bolt melted part of the brain or shot out half the brain,
So-
that was still fine. That was still a controlled
So
zombie.
they need muscles to move. They don't need a brain to move. They don't need a heart to move. When the heart
They just need the magic light and a neck.
Well,
Who knows? We might just run into like a neck floating around. It's like that's the critical organ, is the neck.
What?
All right.
Why did I just suddenly get the mental image of a head with the neck sitting in a singular mag boot hopping along the ground?
Yeah, no. But we don't need the brain, so the top of
we
the
missed
head's
the
been
seventh.
shot off. So it's a brainless head sitting in a mag boot hopping along.
I'm gonna
Honestly, given that you don't need the weight, it could just be a skull in the spinal column.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead
but-
and end the session proper. We're still streaming, but I brought up the stream ending review card.